See, I recommend you do that because if you're feeling like inside, gets it all out. Listen, fam, I got to tell you, some people have already given up on the season, but I got to tell you, did the Cardinals look dominant to you? Under different circumstances, I need George Kittle back. Fam, don't get me mad. I do need Jimmy back at quarterback. I need George Kittle back. I need Jeffrey Wilson Jr. That's all I need. K'Wan Williams will be back soon. I'm telling you right now, all you got to do is beat the Cardinals and the Rams. The next time we see the Seahawks, all we need is health, and they can win. I'm telling you right now, I am not giving up on this season. We're 2-3. Oh, man. Okay. Anyway, let's go over a few things about this game. The Trey Lance starting debut performance, your feeling on that. DeMeco Ryans' defensive strategy versus Cardinals' potent offense. The 49ers run game, Let's start with the 49ers run game. You know what? I was really impressed because the fact is Elijah Mitchell is the kind of running back that will excel in this offense. No doubt about it. All he needs to do is if we can keep him healthy, but he's going to be good. Other than that, we saw Trey Sermon a little bit. I mean, a very little bit. And I didn't see anything different from him than I did last week. So I don't know what they're going to do here. Jeffrey Wilson Jr. and JaMychal Hasty, they would actually be our starting running backs this year, if not for. With Elijah Mitchell probably being mixed in, though. You can't leave Elijah Mitchell on the bench. He's good. DeMeco Ryans' defensive strategy versus Cardinals' potent offense. I was so impressed. I really was. Now, we made mistakes. Yes, Josh Norman. He's guarding. Maybe he is compared with maybe possibly one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. He's definitely one of the best. And at one point, he was considered the best. So Josh Norman was struggling with him a little bit after being like no preseason and it didn't work out like he should. He looked better this week, I think, than he might have looked last time I saw him play. Well, he got hurt last time, right? So I ain't mad at him. Because you know good and well who can handle D-Hop. Jason Verrett would have been there, no problem. So, and they didn't, it took them, how many, let's see, 1, 2, 3. It took them 4 quarters to get to the score they got to. They finally got 17, right? So, DeMeco, my God, that was good. Because that offense is just grisly. And they were still spraying the ball all over the field. They had a lot of guys that made contributions today. But Murray did not kill us with his feet. And I thought that was going to be the scariest thing for us. Kyler Murray busting out and running for those first downs. So I'm saying I give 49ers defense credit. Not bad at all. All right. And the Trey Lance starting debut performance. Fam, you know what? Kyler's been trying to tell us the whole time. He's in practice with Trey. He sees him every day. He knows it's not ready yet. It's got some things he's got to get done. And then when Kyle gets through working on him, getting this, then unveil the curtain, bring Trey out. I saw a lot of things I did like, though. Trey, those when he was keeping plays alive and stuff like that, he looked really good doing that. The wide receivers are going to have to do some training to work with him because they're going to have to. The reason why the offensive line was getting caught is because he couldn't find a receiver fast enough. And hence, they're going to try to protect Trey. They're going to get called for holding. Receivers have got to come back. I want to see the DK Metcalf, the Tyler Lockett type of thing. Go help the quarterback. And if not, this is why I'm crying about speed all the time. If a guy's blasting downfield at 100 miles an hour, that activity down here with our wide receivers trying to lose the cornerbacks, they're busy. Because that blazing fast dude is already like, oh, you're on your own, man. You see this? It's ABC, Kyle. Get me a Rondale Moore. Do something, man. Tutu Atwell. Hell, everybody picked up a speedster except for us. Get us a speedster. Man. It's just Kyle Shanahan's offense, it works off that. You got the speedster. He takes the top off, and now all the operations going down below have got a little better to work with. You got the one-on-one situations going on. You got zone areas that are completely open. Do it. Big Show, you know what I'm talking about. Big Show's trying to show me these guys all the time. He showed me some guys yesterday. I got to talk to you about that, Big Show. They do look good. Anyway, yeah. So I'm going to go to the phone and remember, short and sweet after the game. Now, when I ask you to stop, you got to stop because we're not going to be able to run as we will tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw. Okay? So come in, say it, and we got to keep moving. All right. Hey, Darius.
What's up, Ronbo?
Darius, two and miserable three. But go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, dude, so many just bad play calls. I was losing my mind. There was the first fourth down that we went for, it was some stupid quarterback draw, and then the second one, I mean, that was a good play by the Cardinals, and then we had just a bunch of errors on fourth down, right? And so many points. There were at least 13 points taken off the board, plus that safety that didn't get called.
Oh.
That was a safety, okay?
Yes,
held
it was.
in the end zone. It was clear as day. That was a safety, all right? I don't want to hear it. So you have 15 points taken off. Now, obviously, the game would not have been the exact same if we had those points, but still, hypothetically, if you put those points, we win the game. Because man, our defense played amazing for the second straight week. DeMeco had our boys ready against the number one offense in the NFL right now. So that's a credit to DeMeco because everyone was coming at him after that 37 seconds that we gave Aaron Rodgers.
Yep.
And then last two, he's been going crazy. So our defense,
I'm with you.
Our defense.
Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was just saying our defense has been going crazy. Pass rush has been okay. Nick Bosa got in there once or twice. DJ Jones got there. But the blitz, I remember that one play he put Talanoa on a blitz. That was a crazy
That
play.
was the one that fun? Oh, Talanoa was he was on him. They caught him. But Murray's fast, too. Murray's going left. Right. Talanoa's just following him like a magnet. Oh, you're getting away, man. Just don't even think about it. And, that was beautiful. I'll be using him as his check dog more often. I mean, not as check dog, but his hit dog. Boy, that was beautiful. I loved it.
Yeah. Now, Trey Lance, he played okay. That one interception was just a bad interception. He should have just ran it. Yeah. Other than that, I wasn't expecting much from his first start. Man, he was looking really good running the ball, extending them plays. He was looking really nice. A few of the throws were not good. Some of the spot, the one, obviously Mohamed Sanu should have caught that one ball that he dropped. But that ball wasn't. It was spinning weird and stuff. But again, that's why he's not our starter. That's why Kyle Shanahan wants Jimmy G. Best believe if Trey Lance is better than Jimmy G, he would start Trey Lance every single game. And
Thank you.
The people for the Niners saying we got to start Trey, start him in a year or so, but not right now. This season, Jimmy Garoppolo gives us the best chance to win. And I feel like, if Jimmy was healthy, we could have probably won the game.
Hey, would have won the game last week. We would have beat the Hawks if Jimmy would have stayed healthy. He got hurt in the first series. He went 6 for 6, and then he gets hurt. Oh, no. Why? And George Kittle, we can't keep him up. And by the way, people keep yelling, Jimmy got Jimmy. Kittle's calves are hurting. I agree with that pass that made him go up in the air and get folded up. That has nothing to do with his calves. Oh.
Yeah, that was a knee. That was calves, yeah.
So anyway, Darius, tell you what I'm telling you. We'll see you tomorrow night on Raw, okay?
All right, man. Thank you. Have a nice
All right,
day.
man. Appreciate you. Jack, come on here, Jack.
The only time that Dante Johnson does something productive, we can't do nothing with the damn ball. We can't even use it.
Dang.
This is a game of inches, man. I mean, inches. If Trey would have had that and just dove over rather than trying to hit a linebacker low, that would have been a touchdown and not their 3 points. We would have won the game. You know what I'm saying? I mean, shout out to the whole team for showing us that we do have a team and we could have won that game. But, there was some – I think the refs, that safety where Armstead, they said, it could have been a safety. The play before that, if you notice, he was being held in the end zone. So, I mean, that and things like when I heard, the wide receiver Hopkins stayed inbounds with 2 minutes left or whatever after Shanahan called the last timeout. He stayed inbound. Actually, his elbow went out of bounds. I mean, these kind of little things change games. So,
yes,
I mean,
momentum swings.
it was just one of those games.
Oh.
Yeah, Ayuk's one-handed catch. Why isn't he more in the game plan when this guy's making a one-handed catch? It still takes it, talk about yak yards, to get us the first down on the third down. I mean, Debo ain't the only dude on the wide receiver. I mean, room. You know what I'm saying? I mean, damn, man. God damn,
If
hell of
anything,
a
I want to see
game,
him go
though.
to Ayuk more than Sanu. I don't know what's going on with Mohamed Sanu.
Yeah.
Jack, is there something about the way he throws? Why are they just really struggling?
Yes.
As soon as the ball gets there, it must have a lot of heat on it. I can't, from the TV, it doesn't look like it's moving that fast. But those guys handle like, oh, Jesus, it's hot. I mean, what catch the ball?
And this is why I told all of you guys, and I was with Ronbo during the drafts, and I'm not trying to brag today or whatever, staying humble after a loss. That's for tomorrow. Stay tuned, guys. But during the draft evaluation, I did say, let's go for Kyle Pitts because of this guy's mechanics. Like, even to his tight end in college, I mean, he missed him on a play just like last week when he was trying to get, what's his name, Kittle. He just missed him. And even when he threw that interception, he should have just stopped, planted, and then tossed that ball because he got to rock it. Rather than just because he knows he overthrows things. It's just his mechanics, man. He will learn. He will get better. But I don't see that Russell Wilson type of arm, Kyle Murray yet. But hopefully, we see something. But his legs are good, man. He's good. And wrapping this up, man, I mean, goddamn, I told you guys last week, Mike McGlinchey couldn't block goddamn anybody, even Carlos Dunlap last week, which I told you, he was grabbing on him. Dude, the dude can't win. I'm telling you guys, in the words of Charles McMillian, who said, "You can't win, George, in the George Floyd in the Derek Chauvin trial." You know what I'm saying? You can't win, buddy. You know what I'm saying? But for some reason, he keeps getting chances. And I'd rather put Jalen Moore, the rookie who started with Trent Williams, on the other side. Because, dude, I'm sick of Michael Clinches. I'm going to wrap it up like that.
All right, Jack.
God damn. The only time Dante Johnson does something, we can't do nothing.
It makes no sense. I see you. Jack, I see you on the Raw. Hope you got time for us tomorrow. All right. And we zip on over to Trez, get on in there, Trez.
Hold up, wait a minute. Ronbo, look here. We're going to go and get to it because I'm going to save my Monday Night Raw for the players.
All right.
I'm going to just get to it, straight to it. What is up with this Mickey Mouse-ass offense? What is up? I mean, you had a whole week to prepare and get Trey ready and come up with a scheme, and the best you could do is RG3 / Lamar Jackson bullshit. Like, really? How is that developing this kid, man? How's it developing this kid? I mean, no versatility to Kyle Shanahan's offense, man. His scheme, it sucks. It's outdated, Ronbo. It's strictly outdated. All that about it's complicated. I don't want to hear none of that. Kyle Shanahan needs to be gone. He need to be gone as our head football coach. Bottom line, I've been saying this, though, a long time ago. TNT brought it to y'all. I've been saying this. Go back and check the tape. I've been saying it's time for Kyle to get up out of here, man. This record is horrible, and it's only getting worse. It's only getting worse. Our secondary sucks. We can never locate the ball when it's in the air. Never locate the ball. None of our secondary people can never locate the ball. Jimmy Ward been here forever and a day, had one good season. What was that today, Jimmy?
Yeah, today I was scary today.
You can't find the ball.
And he's standing right next to D-Hop, looking up. What are you looking at, Jimmy?
Exactly.
Do you know where D-Hop is? Oh, I've never – Trez, as long as he's playing, I've never seen him make a play that goofy. I have no idea what he was doing.
And
I'm the
on
one
top of
defending
that,
him.
wide receivers, like you say, they're not helping Trey out there today whatsoever. Not coming back, not working, not continually working down the field when he's scrambling. You know what I'm saying? Your wide receivers got to continually work. They got to continue to work, Ronbo. And I didn't see that. Out there dropping passes, you got to help your quarterback, man. Straight up. I'm going to say the rest of it for Monday Night Raw, Ronbo, because like I said, today I'm sick of one cow banana Shanahan. Sick on him. Get it in the chat. Banana Shana. Banana Shana. Banana Shana. And that's what he is. A clown. A circus act. That's all it is, Ronbo. And people need to start seeing it for what it is. No versatility. You come out here, we did not challenge the field not one time vertically. Not a corner post, not a straight vertical, not nothing. Nothing. This kid got an arm. I don't care about it being his first debut. Challenge the field. You keep getting out coached by these other coaches that ain't. I mean, they you're supposed to be the guru, like everybody say. Out of which I always said he wasn't.
Oh.
And look here, and for Shabazz and Trey, my partner, you know what I'm saying? Trey finna go on a 3-game winning streak. You know what I'm saying? Telling me I don't know football. Better get up out of here. Better get up out of here.
All right, Jess.
You know, I wrote it down because Shabazz said, came in right after me talking about all that BS and all that, what he was saying about what I don't know. I know what I'm talking about. Kyle Shanahan started there first. We going on a 3-game winning streak. Yeah, right. I told you we was gonna lose, Rumble. Remember he said, Shabazz said, I ain't a fan because I said that. No, I'm a realist. I see what I see. And I'm a realist. And I'm gonna be that way. I know when we're gonna win, and I know we're gonna lose. I'm gonna always support the team. But if I know that W ain't coming, it ain't coming. That's just being real.
Can I bookmark you right there and bring it to tomorrow night, Raw, where we can really
Yeah,
go?
yeah, because I'm gonna bring the rest of it tomorrow. Especially I got to deal with these referees in this league now. All right.
I know. All right, fam. Night, Trez.
Have a good one, Ronbo. Love you.
too.
Shout out to the staff. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to the TNT family. Bring the smoke, y'all. Banana Shanahan. Banana Shanahan.
All right. All right, Trez. It'll get better. It's got to. It can't get no worse.
That was good.
All right, fam.
All right.
Mao Boeing. Always go for points. Stop showing off. Be humble. A big head will always get deflated. Thanks for that contribution, fam. I really, there's a lot of learning going on today, including our coach. Greg, come on in, Greg. I feel your frustration as I heard the sigh.
You hear me?
Yeah. Go ahead, Greg.
Hey,
It's all
Ronbo.
yours.
I'm aggravated.
Yes.
I mean,
It's frustrating, isn't it?
it just can't get a call. You can't get nothing. I mean, it's like they had to do the replay for that fumble and Mark Sanchez. I mean, I'm going to shoot myself listening to that idiot.
And I was lucky I couldn't hear him. I took my headphone out.
And for all you Jimmy haters that are on this site or posting, yeah, he gets hurt, but I got to be honest with you, 7-0, 10-0, and then you think Jimmy wouldn't have won that game? You got to be out of your freaking mind. Listen, Trey is going to be good, but he's just, it's his first game. And you know what? They had their chances. Kyle blew it. So the last caller, I don't know what the hell he was talking about. I don't know what he's smoking. But this team was right in it till the end. So I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I think Kyle needs to get his head out of his ass and start calling a game plan for a kid that's, it's got about what? 7 quarters under his belt? Not even.
Yeah.
Not even. What is it? 6 quarters?
He's got cameo appearances, and yeah, you're right. He isn't really.
I'm sorry, man. I mean, this team has got talent. I mean, look what they did with Murray. He didn't. I mean, to put the points up, you have to score. You can't. I mean, look, I got to give Trey a little credit. I mean, he went in there, but he had to hang that ball, and he would have had 7 points if. I mean, but who's coaching these guys? You know what I mean? Yeah, you got to tell this kid.
Greg, I've been asking
you don't just put your head in there and get a concussion. You could be out for for 6 months with that kind of hit to the head. You know what I mean? I don't know, man.
Slide. What you just asked, so I've been asking this every week. Sometimes when I see things go on during the game, I say, well, what did they work on all week? And why is those passes still sailing high? Every one of our quarterbacks does that. Greg, it's been going on for not just this year, but 2 years. And everybody says, Jimmy's out to get people hurt. Well, hey, we ain't got a quarterback that doesn't do that. Nick Mullins used to do it.
I mean,
CJ did it. They all do it.
I mean, and Josh Norman, I mean, he played a half-decent game. I mean, I don't know what the hell these people are talking about where he's horrible. I mean, how tight coverage can you have in that? That was an excellent catch in the end zone. I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, I don't know. Look, Jimmy pisses me off because he's always getting hurt. Mm-hmm. So I'm aggravated with him. But, I mean, I know if he's in there, if we're down 10-0, I mean, do you really think that that we're going to lose that game?
No, we win
Ronbo?
that game.
I mean, seriously?
No, I do not.
The guy's not a loser. Everybody
No,
wants him to be a loser, but he's not. He just can't stay healthy.
He gets hurt.
So Trey's just got to, he's got to practice more, get more reps. His team is solid. It's just not. They need to get. I don't know who's calling the plays. Is Kyle calling the plays, or is what's his name calling the plays?
But, Mike, this is an investigation we all should figure out a way to launch. I don't think it's Mike McDaniel, but if it is, I don't know if that should continue. Whoa.
I know it's short and sweet tonight, but what are your thoughts on Kyle? Do you think he he's going to turn this around, or what do you think? Or think we got to get rid of him if he doesn't win at the end of the season? If we end up getting a losing season here, or what? What do you think, Ronbo?
If we have a losing season, like I told Big Show the other day, I'm worried he's going to step down and say that he doesn't think he's the best thing for the 49ers. I really do. If we end up blowing this season, Kyle quits. Anyway.
Well, I mean, Greg, I think we're going to turn it around. I mean, I think, but the one thing I got to say before I go, I'll talk to you tomorrow on Raw, right?
Please.
Tomorrow's Raw.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Kittle is just, I mean, I love Kittle, but he's getting hurt just as much as Jimmy. I mean, what are we doing with him? I mean, he's got to get his act together all last season. If we had Kittle in the middle, that Ryans, we would have probably won this game even with Trey, because he would have found him like he did last week.
We're going to pick it up tomorrow because I got a lot of people who want to get in here. We're going to cut it short here. But let me see. Tomorrow, Greg, and I feel you on everything, too. Hi, Feb.
I know. Well, you take care, buddy. Bye.
You too. Rakeem Jamani says, Rumble, I am not Chinese, but I am adopting their philosophy when it comes to our Niners. Last year was a year of the high ankle. 2021 is a year of the calf. I am so sick of it. Is there any other part of the body that we can actually apply that to? Since a million says Trez spoke the truth. Because this is designated blame time when we lose. And Paul III says Jimmy never had that many knockdown passes. That's true. Dre, San Francisco's Dre. Dre, come on in, man.
What up, Ronbo?
Oh, you
know what?
Dude, we got to go through this.
I don't mean to cut you off, but I just want to get to it because you said we got a short night. And I got something I'm going to say because the last caller gave me something to say. I was just going to call in here and say Trey had a good game for it to be his first game. Shanahan coaches him like he don't want the world to see what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, with his talent, you know what I'm saying? So the other coaches can't team up for him. And he's stuck in his ways, and that's going to get him fired. Not stepping down. That's going to get his ass fired. When you see that Jimmy's hurt and he ain't getting it done, but George Kittle doesn't like Trey. That came out. I don't know if you heard it. But
yeah, I did.
He doesn't. He's not a fan in the head. So I'm kind of thinking that's kind of why they kind of kept Jimmy for a couple of people on the team, just a couple. And that shit's going to get you fired as well. We're here to win games. We're not here to entertain the staff. If they don't like it, they can get traded to another team as well. We'll take somebody else in the draft that know how to stay healthy, George Kittle. And another thing, I think we need to redo our training staff because the way everybody dropping like flies, man, this is crazy. And the last caller said Jimmy would have won that game. Did we not see him last week? How many times did he touch the ball, Ronbo, in the first half and only scored one? How many times, though? But then Trey came out as a rookie and scored twice.
In fairness, he started that game off 6 for 6. Now, had he started off slow, I would actually say, but he was hurt in the first series. He should have came on, told Kyle, I can't push off, and then put Trey in at that point. Trey scored 2 more times. Maybe we still win that game. But that was Jimmy's fault, too. If you're hurt, sit down.
I know we were just watching this. Game. Kyler Murray hurt his throwing arm.
Yeah.
His rotator cuff and everything was hurt. I know we've seen that.
I saw him working on his arm.
He still went out there and scored a touchdown. He scored a touchdown the next series.
That's a deep shot downfield.
And that's his throwing arm that got hurt now. And his rib, he was just jacked up all on that side because I guess Bosa or somebody slammed him in the end zone. The Bosa got that safety.
Hey, he's
But
gonna have a lot of
lastly,
that. We heard him every time.
Ayuk is still rehabbing. That's why you only see him in certain series. He's still rehabbing and getting in. Yeah, and I really feel that they should just pull the plug on this Jimmy thing for the rest of the year, and just let Trey work himself in and do what it do. Ain't no need to turn
too much
back
to
now.
learn, Dre. Too much. You'll get a lot of pushback on that. Too much to learn. Jimmy, no matter how bad he is, he's not that kind of bad. Trey has to get a lot of things. That's why Kyle didn't want to start him. He really does have some things that can be fixed, but they can't. They're fixable, and that's what they need to do. But in a game situation, is a hard place to fix it. Yeah.
But with brittle Jimmy, we're not going anywhere.
Yeah, that's another issue. If he can't stay healthy,
brittle, you can blow on him.
Yeah, that means Trey's going to get plenty of time.
In both quarters, right? But I say on both ends, Kyle's not putting either quarterback in a position to win either game. If we really look at it, you're not working towards their talents and their strengths. You're working towards your game plan instead of you see. Jimmy can't throw long balls, do the dink and dunk offense. Trey run it, dink and dunk.
Did you notice, Dre, did you notice tonight, though, there was no deep throws? This is just, I've been trying to tell people for years, you guys blame Jimmy. That's Kyle's offense. I've seen Jimmy throw the ball deep. He can. But Kyle, that's not what he wants. But anyway, Dre, let's do Monday Night Raw. Let's do this because we're going to run out of time now, though.
All right. All right, Dre. All right.
Looking for you. And as I see the Big Show says, the blame to me goes on our fans. The greed and arrogance over the past months have backfired today tremendously. This is what happens when you rush a Raw rookie. Hashtag be careful what you wish for. Yeah, he's going to be okay, but people can't expect. Kaepernick sat for a whole year. What, the second year that he came in and played? In this league, defenses are robust. You can't throw a kid out there. What scary thing is you could ruin him. If Trey's confidence gets shot down the tubes, he becomes Deshaun, what's that guy's name? Kaiser. Hey, Lee.
Yo, what's up, Ronbo?
Lee, man, as you know, designation of blame. Sundays and Mondays when we lose. Lee, I want to hear your perspective. Lee's always got a very thought out. And usually, Lee, what are you thinking?
Ronbo.
Yep. Okay, hold on. Lee's time. Go ahead, Lee.
I'm not surprised, motherfuckers. Nah. So, Ronbo, I knew that Cardinals are going to win. You hit me up, who do I think was going to win? They didn't give me a score, and the reason I couldn't give you a score is because I felt like the Cardinals were going to win this game. I was actually proud of the defense. The defense, they fought their hearts out, Ronbo. It was like, the same we've seen when we played the Seahawks the other week in the first half, but they did it the entire game. They kept us in that game. And it's like, it sucks because the offense hasn't been able to perform. They haven't been able to help the defense this year. And, we've seen games, we've seen games slip away that we could have won. Today, it's obvious, everyone's been screaming for Trey Lance, but the thing is, Trey Lance just isn't ready yet. Like, he's not polished, he's not consistent from sitting in the pocket and making the throws. Go back for any game this year and have a look at his completion rate. It's not where it needs to be, and that's why Kyle's running the ball. That's why he's getting him out of the pocket, because he knows he can't sit there and make these throws consistently. He flashes and shows big plays. Now and then, he creates some nice passes sometimes, but it's not consistent. And to be consistent and win this league, you got to be able to sit in that pocket and make the throws. And that's the bottom line, and he's not there yet. The problem is, when is he going to be ready? Is it going to be year 2? Is it going to be year 3? Look at a guy like Kyler Murray. Like, he's come on the scene and been blazing it, right? This is his 3rd year in the league. And Trey Lance, how long is it going to take him, to be at that level? Is it going to be 2-3 seasons? And this is where you're going to make the hard decision. Are you going to try and play this year to win games? Or are you going to try and develop the rookie, Are you going to give up on the season and develop the rookie? You're going to try and win games. Jimmy G, well, he can't stay healthy, but we know when he's out on the field, he can get you wins.
That's going to be really Lee, you know what? At the end of the season, it's going to be very interesting. If Jimmy stays healthy the rest of the season, it's going to fool people into thinking that he can continue to be healthy. Because the 49ers, if Jimmy stays healthy for the rest of the season, I suspect since the defense is going to play like that, if the offense ever gets rolling, yeah, they're going to win. And they'll end up with a record like, they're going to lose a couple more, right? So maybe, I don't know if that'll work. They end up 12-5, right? And that gets them into as a wild card position most likely because there's a lot of bad teams around the NFL right now. So, it's going to be interesting to see. You can't extend Jimmy for a season. Like next year, they're going to say, we're going to have to make an evaluation on Trey right now. Is he ready to take over next year? And can we still sustain ability to compete? And then they're going to say, Kyle's going to be honest and say, because Lee, honestly, I'm starting to think, did Kyle really want Trey, or the rumors that he had to be talked out of it from getting, what's his name over with the Saints? Did he want Mac Jones? I think Kyle was talking.
I think he wanted Trey, Ronbo, because
you do think he would.
There's no way Kyle is going to give up what we gave up in that draft
for Mac
to take
Jones,
a quarterback that he's not confident in. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Kyle's not going to put what we put out there, and not be with it. He runs the offense. He's in charge. He makes the play calls. You can't tell me that he didn't want Trey Lance, because if he didn't want Trey Lance, that deal doesn't go through. They don't give up all that future for this kid.
For all that.
If Kyle doesn't believe in him, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And he was happy. He was making plays for the kid straight after his pro day. Like,
that's what I heard.
So you can't tell me that Kyle didn't want Trey Lance, because if he didn't want Trey Lance, we would have never gave up what we gave up in that draft again.
But I got to tell you, Lee, what's interesting is I think if you want that kind of quarterback, now that I'm looking at both of them, you were right. It was Black Superman. It was, or was it Zeus? You call him? I think it was
Black
Fields.
Zeus.
He's going to develop quicker, and anyway,
Jamal, it's because he had the experience from sitting there in the pocket and making the throws. When we're like Trey Lance, they didn't use him like Justin Fields would use in college. So yeah, he is more ready in that sense. But like, can Trey Lance get there? Yeah, maybe, but it's going to be a long journey, and it's going to be a long road till we see really what the kid is.
We're going to find out. Lee, good to hear from you. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to look for you tomorrow, and hopefully you got some time. I always love your input on these things. All right.
No worries. Thank you, Ronbo. Shout out to the callers, and shout out to the 49ers defense.
Yes, indeed. Thanks, Lee. Mark Lacilento says, shout out to Lee and show Go Niners. All right, Ronbo. Mark, I haven't seen you in a long time. That was for you, Lee. Mark, get on and yell at him at the chat. Sensei Million on the phone? What? What? Sensei,
yeah.
Come on in.
What's going on, Ronbo? How you doing?
We're sitting here like we've been doing for the last 3 weeks, sobbing our eyes out. I'm glad. Is next week's the bye week? I'm glad.
Next week is the bye week.
So we can lick our wounds and stop getting beat up. But Sensei, give me your take on this game. Some of the things that you appreciated, didn't appreciate Trey Lance's performance, that defense out there, the run game. What are you thinking here?
Well, the defense, they played phenomenal until that final stretch. But, a lot of this resides with Kyle. His ego is a detriment to this team. It just seems like he is so enabled with his own quote unquote like genius that is holding this team back. Trey Lance, he played very well, and I've heard a lot of the other callers talking about Jimmy G would have won this game. I don't think so. I think Jimmy would have struggled with this kind of game. That Arizona pass rush was all over, and I just don't see it. I honestly, at this point, I would say start Lance the rest of the year. You invested so much into him that you have to let him start and let him play.
Ronbo, I need to talk to you too.
All right, hold on.
That's cool, dude. You can wait till I'm done. That's cool. But I really think that just start Lance the rest of the year. Kyle's play calling is a detriment. His ego is a detriment. Let Mike McDaniel be the OC. Let him make the play calls. I mean, he's a graduate from Yale. He's a smart guy. Kyle just is tripping over his own feet. But the defense played solid today. that was probably the best performance with a patchwork unit they have. Hufanga made that big play. Dante Johnson got a fumble.
Yeah.
Dante Johnson got a fumble recovery. That was amazing.
No,
the
he's the one who
held their own.
He caused that fumble, Sensei. Yeah. He's the one who jerked that ball out.
He punched that ball. Yeah, he stripped that ball, and that could have been the game. I seeing Lance play. He played like a 21-year-old who has not played that much. He needs to play more. There's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He needs to play more. So I say, you know what, Jimmy, you've done your work for us, but it's Lance's time, and let him play because he needs to play. Otherwise, he will not get better.
Well, Sensei, that's not always the case. I mean, you look at Aaron Rodgers, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. It does a good job. It does. They can learn from. You don't know what they're putting them through in practice, and then they can pick up these things. You want to head the mistakes off before they happen, and you can do that if you work them out. And they're seeing what they're seeing now, which is a good sample of what he needs to work on. Trey's got to do something with his that big wind-up of delivery's got to change. When he's like that, he should have dived over into got a touchdown. These are learning experiences, but they're things that will come along. Rushing him out on the field right now, you risk killing his confidence. It is true. So you got to take him along. I'm going to trust Kyle on that. But since I appreciate you, fam, we got to go because it's Monday night. We'll get back in here. It's the first time we've had you on the phone, though. But join us for Monday Night Raw tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right.
I've been very busy, but also you are right that Kyle just needs to take a step back. And Kyle is the problem with this team right now, in my opinion. Thank you, Ronbo, for giving me the airtime, and thank you, as always. Take care.
All right. Thank you, Sensei. And Sensei Mania.
All right, take care.
Hey, Reggie Dillard Jr., does Kyle end up like Dan Quinn, a mastermind coordinator? Reggie Dillard. Thanks, Reggie. I do wonder.
Rombo.
Yeah, who's this? Oh, it's Derek.
Derek, man, out in VA, man.
I'm looking today. Derek, go ahead.
I know everybody's doom and gloom right now, Rombo, but I'm actually proud of Trey, and I think he's going to be a better Cam Newton when they're done with him.
Ooh,
that kid's
nice comparison.
Yeah, if they could just get his aim and accuracy down, none of that, and it's just going to look better. I mean, it can only go up from here, I see why they wanted him to sit. Yep, go ahead.
But I was just saying, one thing I like about that comparison is the thing is Cam got cool as ice at one point and knew how to handle every situation. Trey has still got to get that. He's got to get to that swag level like Cam. And that'll take a while because he's got to build his confidence up. He's got a few fundamentals that need to be straightened out. He's got a lot of few things he's got to work out. The coaches have got to work harder on that, more intense, get him up to speed as much as fast as you can. You have to stay late,
For sure.
But I agree.
For sure. Another two other points. I want to shout out to Mike McGlinchey and Trent Williams. And I know they held tonight and all that, but they had to get used to a running quarterback.
Yes.
Hey, I appreciate them not letting our rookie quarterback, our future, get crushed. I don't care what y'all say about him. They both had holding penalties, but it was necessary.
Yes.
Hey, for the love of God, can somebody start calling these holds on Bosa? Guy was clearly holding his hand on that.
They'll never do it, Derek.
That?
They don't want to do it.
Oh, man.
And yet they call that holding. On who's that they call holding? They called it. I said, I've been looking at that all night. You could see the fence clenched, holding Bosa's clothes. And Bosa's already moving away from him. Ref's not calling it.
Yep.
You mother.
Nope, they sure don't. They call them on us, though. And it felt great. I don't know. I mean, it's up in the air our season, but it was great to see, give them a taste of their own damn medicine. They couldn't do anything. I think the Cardinals, and I know everybody, they're 5-1, but I don't know, Ronbo.
No, they're 5-0.
I don't know how deep of a playoff run I trust them to make. If it's not the running around and throwing deep downfield, because Kyler Murray, we hurt him last year at the end of the season. And I think he keeps running around. He's too little. He's too fragile.
No.
And shout out to Dante Johnson. He got a takeaway.
Yes.
I mean, we were wondering why we kept calling him, and here it is, Ronbo.
We waited for this play.
Season. Yeah.
Dante.
The last thing I want to say, Ronbo, before I get off is I think that people underestimate how much Trey can learn from Jimmy. Because I said it, I think I called in last week and said it. You can see what Jimmy does better than him. Yes, he has a great arm, but the accuracy isn't there. Jimmy's way better in between the numbers. Those conversions, people think that we wouldn't have won this game. You're crazy. Absolutely crazy. So.
And the reads, you got to get rid of the ball. Get rid of the ball.
Yeah.
I don't mind running around, but get rid of the ball. You know, whatever you worked on in practice, you got to throw those guys open.
I mean, because the team really isn't equipped to go super downfield all the time. We just don't have it.
A lot of teams don't.
And can we use Brandon Ayuk? Jesus Christ.
Oh.
What did he do?
Did
you see the grabs he was making? What did he do, Ronbo?
Kyle looks over and says, you're not doing anything else. How about return?
And every time he's back there, they take his goddamn helmet off.
I know, they almost kill him.
Every time he does a return. I don't know, Ronbo. All right.
Derek, I'll sit around Derek on Raw.
Yes,
we got some time for us.
Yes, go Niners.
All right. Good night. Because these are things that everybody's serious but don't always want to acknowledge. All-Star Luna says that's why Jimmy can't throw deep. No O-line. And, you know, it's like Big Show and I have been crying about, and I wish we could get a whole campaign committee. Kyle, get a speedster, a deep threat receiver. Please, Kyle. You can send these guys deep all you want to. If they're contested throws all the way down the field, you got a 75 to 25 chance of making it. They're usually surrounded by people. And, hey, Jay, come on in.
What's up, Ronbo?
Oh, Jay, for week 3 of here we go. But Jay, all right, give us a breakdown, the run game, the defense tonight, and Trey. Run it down because we got to be really quick. Go ahead.
Okay, I think Trey did. I think he did as best as he could with the opportunity. You know, I think the receivers should have helped him more with catching the football. But that said, you know, I think we should, you know, keep Trey Lance in there and let him continue to learn. I think he's going to eventually get better. You know, you got to understand that he ain't played a whole year, so he still got, you know, and I don't think we got him ready in the preseason. So I think the more he plays, the more he sees, he can settle down. He can, you know, you can see he's pressing. He's still looking down the field. Even though he want to run, he's still looking down the field. You know what I'm saying? But my only issue with Trey is he cannot take big hits like that. He got to learn how to slide, avoid these hits, because this is the NFL. It's a violent game, and he needs to avoid them hits. Seriously. That's my only concern with Trey. As far as everything else, I think he's gonna be a baller, and I'm very excited for this future. Hopefully, he can. He needs to avoid them hits. That's my only concern.
How'd you feel about the defense tonight?
See, that's what I said. If we make Kyler Murray just pass and not let him running around like Mighty Man, I'm telling you, we could have won this game.
Yeah,
he's beatable. We just had to force him. We had to just force him to be a pocket passer, and that's what I meant. And that's what I said. We had the ingredients. Our offense didn't put enough points on the board because we could have beaten him. We could have beaten him. But I doubted we would have beat him with Jimmy. I think a lot of them, they was coming too hard. Chandler Jones, I think Jimmy would have been pulled out on the stretcher if he was out there because a lot of things, Trey avoided them sacks. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times. So I think we just need to just turn the reins to Trey Lance and move forward. That's how I believe. Right. I'm going to go off this note. Ronbo, you have a good night, my brother.
All right.
And,
all right, Jay. You have a great night, day too. I'll look for you tomorrow.
You too.
All right.
Yes, sir.
And we zoom on over to Papa Durag. Good night. Papa D.
What's up?
Pop, we're going through the same scenario as we did last week. You know, it's like I want to have a celebration after game party, hopefully soon. But Pop, we're not celebrating today. We're looking at another. Pop, before I go on too long, because you know how I do. Pop, give me some, because we got to be quick and sweet. Go. What are you thinking, Pop?
Yeah.
All those things I mentioned
All right,
earlier.
looking at the clock here.
Yeah.
First and foremost, I really think that this was a very encouraging loss because our defense really just put the shutdown on just the best offense right now in NFL. So they, for that reason, and that reason alone, we're going to need both Trey Lance and Jimmy Garoppolo to get to the playoffs. If we're going to make it, if we're going to make that kind of run, you need both players. Today was a difficult game because that pass rush is just awesome that the Arizona Cardinals had, and Studebaker is a monster. So much props to a very, very hard fought game. I hope Trey Lance ices up. As far as the loss goes, it's on Shanahan. I mean, come on, you can't run your quarterback 18, 19 times in a game, in an NFL game, and expect to win. You can't do that. At the same sense, I think Mike McGlinchey actually played one of his best games, which isn't saying much. But it's not. I mean, honestly, Chandler Jones was on him most of the game. And, he could have easily had eight sacks. He really easily could have. But,
and Pop, I'm glad you pointed that out because Chandler Jones, I don't know if it's a flag or what, but he looked frustrated. You see him standing on the sidelines? Did he look happy?
Yes. No, he was not happy. He was not happy at all. So I really do think that this is an encouraging moment. I still think that Shanahan's offense is holding this team back right now, and it's quite clear he doesn't trust his players. You're down on the goal line, and you don't send a big running back in and a fullback in. You run with the quarterback? Are you serious? What century is this? I don't know what Shanahan's thinking about or doing. He went for it on too many fourth downs. In other words, he put the entire game basket in Trey Lance's hands, and that's his first start. He can't win games by himself. He just can't. They really need to run the ball over 30 times. And maybe if Lance carries it 10 times, that might be a good formula, 8 to 10 times. But he carried it 16, 18 times for 89 yards. You're not going to win in the NFL doing that. You're just not. And obviously, he's not ready. I agree he's not ready, but here's the deal. If you say start Lance, you're basically saying, okay, we're going to move towards the future, and now we're in rebuild mode. This defense is not in rebuild mode. This defense is ready to play tough teams right now. They're ready. So Shanahan has got to fix that running game, because if he can't fix it, he doesn't have a quarterback that can rise above it. That's his current problem.
Probably, and also his running backs, he's down to Elijah Mitchell is the best thing he's got going for him.
Exactly.
You got to worry that Elijah doesn't get hurt. Elijah Mitchell looked good today. I said, you look at him. He is going to be a star.
He does. He does look good, but he's light. And again, Sermon is supposed to be the hammer. You know what I'm saying? You've got to be able to run the ball in November and in December. When you're, in those tough outdoor games, you've got to be able to run the ball. And we can't do that right now. So all his gimmicky runs, all this crazy quarterback up the middle crap, that's not going to last for long in the NFL. It just isn't. You've got to either, I can go all day.
I know, and you're going to get plenty of company tomorrow on them same arguments.
But I'm encouraged. I'm encouraged.
You need to be. As long as you got a good defense, there's always a possibility that offense will get on track. All right, fam. Let me see you tomorrow.
All right. Kyle Shanahan, I want to kick him in the balls.
You finally got it out. Tell us how you really feel.
Yes, thank you.
All right,
I want to kick him in his balls. Twice.
See the ball. Clarence Molina says, proud of the team, please. With Trey's performance, not bad for his first start. It'll get better. Let him continue to start after the bye. Go 49ers. Now, Clarence, but I hate to tell you, they've already announced it before the game even started. They said Jimmy will be cleared after the bye. But I'd rather, as Papa Dragon said, I don't want to see Trey go out there by himself. This team is ready to win games now. You can let him come in, though. Let Jimmy start. If he's healthy, Jimmy will be fine. And you put Trey in on certain places so he still gets it. We'll have a chance to win that way a lot better. I'm almost sure of that. And Sharon.
Ronbo.
Sharon, your mom's score, your score, we were so far from it. And who knew we were going to get a defensive battle? What are you thinking about this strange game?
First of all, I think Trey did good, but what cost us was the interception and the penalties. Yeah. And the referees were calling certain penalties that wasn't really a penalty, so they could win. Third of all, Kyle is holding us back, and I think it's time for Kyle to go and get his head out of his ass, because you can't run the same play calls if it's not working. You've got to change it up. And he's sitting there comfortable with all this play calling that he does. He needs to figure out something else. And it's just I don't think our season is, he needs to just change it, or we're going to have a bad season. Yeah. And it's already headed that way.
See, Trey, that's the thing too, Sharon. Trey was not, even though he knows the playbook, like everybody, it's been said he knows the playbook, Kyle's still not going to give him every play. He's going to give him the plays that he knows Trey might be able to
Kyle
do.
Doesn't trust none of his. A coach should put his trust into his players and his quarterback. Kyle don't seem to trust his players or anything. We're at the goal line. You should have put somebody in that can run right in the middle of them and score. We had a hard time getting into the end zone because Kyle's head was in his ass. You can't sit there and call the same call plays. Kyle, what the hell are you doing? Get rid of Kyle, get rid of the staff, and just regroup.
Start all over again.
Rebuild, start over, build the team from scratch. It's crazy. And all these holdings that we're doing, it's some of these rookies that are out there. It's okay, it's the rookies. They don't know what they're doing yet, but they'll catch on eventually. But we're playing without George Kittle.
Yeah, Trent and Mike were
then we're
holding.
Playing. It's just yeah. McGlinchey. It's time for him to go. I'm sorry, it's time for him to go. And I give my props to Dante Johnson. He finally did something this year.
What play?
He got a fumble. Look at him go.
And also, you could tell, really, Sharon, they're not used to playing with Trey's style. They've got to protect a lot longer than usual. And then they get called because they're trying their best to protect him. He's running around. He's got to learn to get rid of the ball too quicker.
Well, I
make
think
a read.
This might be
run around.
Last year. I feel like
I'm looking for him to quit.
I
really am.
Quit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am too, because he's holding our team back. We can't get nowhere no more because of Kyle's play calling. He seems like he doesn't care about anything, only himself. It's get your head out your ass, Kyle.
You can't teach an old dog new tricks. He's not that old, but the thing is, his system is. And he brings you in. He thinks you can learn. That's why he drafts you, because he thinks you'll be able to execute his plan. But he can't just come in and look at you and redesign. I understand that. But in this NFL today, you probably got to be able to deviate from your own thought processes and design. So
I'm going to give my game ball to our defense, because our defense played one hell of a game.
Dante Johnson.
Their defense, that is the best NFL defense right now.
Yes.
But I give the ball to the defense. So they did good. Other than that, nobody else gets my ball. That's it.
All right, Sharon. Monday Night Raw, I'll be looking for you, okay?
All right, Ronbo. I'll talk to you later. Go Niners.
All right. Night, Sharon. Have a good day. And let me bring him in Rod style. Niners for the Rod. Rod, come on in, man.
Man, what's going on, Ronbo?
Tell you, it's kind of strange. I hope everybody's getting on Kittle about that, saying Trey. I hope there's nothing going on in the locker room. But Rod, beyond that, we'll save that for tomorrow. Rod, what did you take from this game? The Trey performance, the defense out there just doing a number. I'm so proud of them. The run game.
Well, since I know we got to be quick, I'm gonna go ahead and give it to you, bro.
All right.
Real talk. the first three things I'm gonna say. I'm gonna give you three quick breakdowns on the most important things. Accountability. These guys don't hold themselves accountable for shit. And I'm talking about Kyle and I'm talking about John. You keep defending the fact that these guys that you got as your trainers are legitimate. Whatever. Where's the proof? Okay, moving on. Number 2. Kyle Shanahan is not a head coach. He's a play caller, not a head coach. We was in field goal range at least 3 times and did not kick the field goal. We kept the number 1 offense, the only undefeated team in football, to 17 points. And you went for it on 4th down 3 times. You don't put that kind of pressure on a rookie. I don't give a damn if you give up 3 picks for him. You don't put that kind of a guy, that type of pressure on your rookie.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing, man, is this right here. Look, everybody, that's talking about
Ronbo, I want to be the next caller. I want to call in and tell you the real facts on what's real going on.
All right, Leon, hold up. Okay. Go ahead, Rod.
Anyway, the other problem that I have is how we keep talking about our DBs. Man, look here. Every year we get a defensive coordinator. You guys, and this is not everybody. This is just the guys who know who you are. But y'all used to ride Robert Saleh and said, let's get rid of him. Yep. Now you did it to DeMeco Ryans. Let's get rid of – look, the defense is fine. The problem is your damn GM won't get a freaking cornerback, okay? How old is Josh Norman? How old is Jay Kirkpatrick, even though he didn't play today? Nevertheless, I give you credit for this, Ronbo. You have always said that Jimmy Ward was a guy that needs to get a pat on the back because of all the things that he does.
Sorry, Rod. Go ahead.
Man, get your rude ass off the phone, man. Anyway, with the DBs that we have in Jimmy Ward and Jaquiski Tart, they're so good that they're able to help catch up the slack for the cornerbacks, man. The linebackers are good. We already know about the defensive line. So, the bottom line is the defense is doing what they're doing a damn good job based on the talent that we have given. But I'm going to blame Kyle and I'm going to blame Lynch for not drafting cornerbacks. Bottom line is this here, man. Trey Lance, as a quarterback, I don't give a damn what nobody say. You don't put your rookie in the game without getting him development. He's not being developed, man. He got the same throwing mechanic problems that he had
from week 1 preseason. I know I was scared me seeing that. Bro, it's got a lot to talk about tomorrow. Let me say good night to you, Rob, good day to you now, and see what's going on with that. All right, fam. Rob's ready.
I'm going to go next, Ronbo. This 484.
All right. Who's it? Niner!
Man, give me that shout out.
Rod. See you tomorrow, fam. All right.
We'll catch you on Raw, man.
All right, guys. For those, you got to wait your turn because a lot of people came before you. I don't know what order you're in, but production's handling that. So please be patient, and we'll get you in here as fast as we can. Hey, Caesars. Cesar.
What's up, Rama?
Cesar, everybody's mad. I can hear you. Yeah, everybody's PO tonight. Yeah, go ahead. Short and sweet. Go ahead. Go ahead. You're feeling on this game.
Oh, man, I'm heartbroken. It's been 2 years since I called you, man. I'm the one that met Solomon at the draft.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
In Dallas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only call whenever things really concern me.
Okay, good. What's on your mind?
I'm gonna blame it on Kyle, and I'm gonna blame it on Mark-ass Sanchez.
Wasn't he annoying? God, what is he talking about?
My ball, I'm gonna go next. Don't let this dude put blackball Kyle Shanahan.
All right. Please hold, fam. Please. All right. Go ahead, Caesar.
Yeah. Golly. Man, I even wrote this shit down, man. Why do you not put Trey Lance under center? He was in all his collegiate
college career, he was under center. Why do you not put him under center, man? Come on. And why do you not run it with Elijah Mitchell, the running game? Ronbo, it's just so confusing, man.
It was one of those games. You know what, Caesar? They started in the middle of the week, Wednesday, and they probably should have started Sunday night. You know, it's too much to get him ready to go in 3 days. I think they were still hoping Jimmy would start to play. Kyle does not want to start Trey. That's just pure and simple. And so Wednesday, Thursday, I think they took 1 day off. So he basically got maybe 2.5 days of work in.
Yeah, but why do you not get him ready in the preseason? Come on, like you know the injury history that Jimmy has had. Eventually, we're gonna have to play him, and you know what we did, and you know what, it backfired on him.
Yeah. And also, what are they working on every day of the week anyway? It's like somebody just said, I still see the same throwing motion. I still saw the footwork. I still seen, okay, the game's moving fast for him. There should be drills where we get guys to train and move quickly so Trey can adjust to the speed. I don't know what they're working on every day. I keep asking that question every week.
Yeah, me too. And another thing, Ronbo, is what is number 17 out there doing? Was it Travis Benjamin? Where is Trent Sherfield? Where is Trent Sherfield? Come on, Kyle.
I know. Caesar, I wish I had questions. Kyle's he's gonna get asked these questions in the press conference, so maybe he'll be able to answer those. Because I'm sure the media's gonna hit him up with those questions. So we'll find out.
I don't know if it was McDaniel's fault or him taking over the play calling, but you're the head coach. You gotta take over the play calling duties. You know, come on, shit's not working. You gotta adjust during the game. Come on, man. Come on, Kyle. Like, come on, get it together, man. I'm gonna make it short and sweet.
No, your time's already up now.
Like,
right?
Yeah, it's over. I know, but it's been 2 years, and I had to get that shit out of my chest. Is why don't you put him under center? And what is number 17, Travis Benjamin, doing out there, fresh off the practice squad? Ronbo, appreciate the time.
Thanks,
and I love you, man. Thanks for
love
the
you
time,
back,
bro.
man. All right. Get back in there sooner. Don't wait. 2 years is too long, Cesar. All right. Have a good night. Deshaun Perry says, what's up? They're hiding Trent Sherfield. He works with Trey Lance very well, Kyle. Shanahan sucks. Deshaun, thanks for that contribution. Oh, Kyle's getting it tonight. Boy, I tell you what. Stephen Fox says, how was that one play not a safety? See, Russell Wilson got away with that play 2 weeks ago, too. I don't understand with that. Somebody needs to explain that. And Storm and Norm.
Man, what time is it, man? Is it time to hear more crying and whining? Or is it Niners all day?
It's Niners all day, Norm. Yes.
It's week 5, man. Like, it's week 5 and stuff. Like, and I'm just not at the point where I'm like, oh my God, we're gonna have a losing. I'm not there yet. I've seen some upside, actually. A little upside.
The defense is ready, Norm. That defense is ready.
So DeMeco Ryans, compared to the game, the games before, this was actually I thought Kyler Murray was supposed to be the MVP and Trey Lance ain't no Kyler Murray, which we don't care, sir. We don't want Kyler Murray. We want Trey Lance, actually.
Yes.
And we got him. And we're doing what we're doing with him right now. And he's actually, you know what? I'll put it this way, man. We held Kyler Murray with A.J. Green, DeAndre Hopkins, and whoever that is, you suck. And your life would have had a better fight on the bed sheet drying. Anyway, 17 points. Our defense held these people up to 17 points.
Mm-hmm. I'm impressed with that.
We could have had 20. Could have had 23. Instead of 10, could have had 13 more points. What was it, the fourth downs, right? 2 of them, I would have kicked it. because I'm just not as aggressive or as
you don't want to
daring
come away
as
with no
Kyle
points
Shanahan.
either. Fourth down
Yeah,
risk like that, and you get 0.
I'll take 3 points. And there's 2 opportunities that happened twice where that's 6 points, and then I don't know that run. I thought it was in the Trey Lance when he ran in there. He was just it was just a dread near short.
A fraction, just a fraction of an inch. But he's got Norm. There's a learning experience. So next time Trey comes around that corner, you can bet one thing: he goes airborne, because he could have got in there. Don't go low, go high, Trey. Yeah.
He is going up against a very stout defense in Arizona. There ain't no punks over there in Arizona either. So,
but on that play, just go up, because the ball's going to break the plane no matter what, and that's all you want. But Trey's got to slide too. He's taking way too many risks. It's real scary to watch him run.
It's funny to see Kyle Shanahan on the hot seat now. Everybody's, we gotta find somebody to blame for this. The fans ain't gonna blame
because Jimmy
everybody
ain't
but
there
themselves.
today, so you gotta blame somebody.
Fans blame everybody but themselves just because. Well, we can't do nothing. We on the field, so why do you talk?
Just do your job and hush, right?
So some of y'all probably mad right now. Next caller, fine. I'm gone. I'm finna go do something that you can't do, which is enjoy life.
Norm is just get out, Norm. I see them all wrong. And let's go to Jason. Did we do this year? A lot of failed fourth down conversions, which kill confidence. Wasted timeouts that we could have used late. A lot of penalties, but I still believe in 2021. But I think it's week 5. I think because the Rams got beat to death by the Cardinals. The Cardinals escaped us. I think we need to wait a minute. Week 10, if things still look like they're in the refrigerator, okay. Call it a day. But I'm not looking out of this season yet. Hey, Jason.
Oh, that's yo, what's up, man? Oh man, I was just sitting listening, man.
How you doing, man?
Peace, brother.
Jason, what's on your mind? Was that you wanting to get in here? I can see you chomping at the bit. Yeah, what's on your mind?
Oh man, everybody was touching on a lot of things. The young lady who called in kind of echoed my sentiments as far as the goal line.
I want to get on there, man. Let me get on there, man. Let me get on there, man. Yeah.
Rombo, they're going to get Trey Lance killed, Rombo. They're going to get him killed. You see what happened to Daniel Jones today?
What they do to him? Oh, I seen him staggering. It looked like somebody hit him with a right uppercut. He was staggered back on the field. I said, oh, my God.
That's going to be Trey Lance in a minute. He can't keep using him as a running back. The object is protect your QB. Mm-hmm. Am I mistaken on that?
Absolutely right.
Who's backing up Trey Lance? Suppose he got concussed on that goal line play when he ran in their head first, as the coaches did. And where's Jacquizz Patrick for the goal line and short?
Oh, I forgot about it myself.
He's on the fucking practice squad. This fucking bozo. Shanahan, man. You know what I'm saying? Goal line. Why do you got Sermon for? Goal line. Put fucking the defensive tackle in the fullback position and get the fucking yard. Get the yard, Kyle. We had 3 plays inside the 2 or inside the 5. We can't get the fucking touchdown. The defense, salute to the defense. The defense has been keeping us alive all year, really. It's fucking Kyle. He needs to go up in the booth or the fuck out the building or something. For real. For real. That's really all I got, man. It's fucking Kyle, man. It's Kyle. He's killing us. Yo, we saw what happened in the run. This gimmick offense, we did that with Kaepernick already, the RPO. It does. It's a gimmick thing. You can do it once in a while. We can't live off that. Like the caller said earlier, get him on the center. Under center, you don't know. The defense don't know what's happening. If There's a science to that, believe it or not. When the quarterback is under center, he's crouched low. The running back is hands on his knees, crouched low. The linebackers can't see back there. They don't know what's going on. But when you back out and you in a pistol on the shotgun, they can see everything. You're giving them the fucking play.
It's true.
Line them up and smash mouth. What's the I'm out, Ronbo.
All right.
I got high blood pressure. I got to chill. I'm listening.
All right. Sit down, relax, and breathe deep.
Salute.
You'll be all right. All right.
Salute.
Jason, tomorrow, looking for you. All right, fam.
Monday night, bro. I'll be there.
All right, looking for you. All right. Oh,
Peace.
man.
Oh, these fucking 49.
Hey, George.
What up, Ronbo?
George, as you see, people are angry. George, your feeling on the game, some of the things that you picked out that you might want to talk about real quickly, as it's short and sweet. Go right ahead.
All right, man. One reason I thought we were actually going to do good in this game was because last season we hurt Kyler Murray, and he was really scared of our defense.
Oh, his leg.
Have Nick
That's
Bosa
right.
or D Ford,
Mhm.
right? Remember he got injured.
Yeah,
for a
couldn't play the
couple games.
Rams. The next week he was out.
What
Damn
happened? What happened today? That we're
Pain.
checking up on him.
Yeah.
Outside of the, So like, that's the only reason where I thought, maybe he's gonna come in here a little timid, make some mistakes and stuff like that. But
He almost did.
I mean,
I've never seen him look that shaken. You see him throwing the ball into the dirt and doing some things I've never seen Kyler Murray do. He was totally, I don't know what he was really intimidated by the 49ers defense as well. He should be. So we don't have to put up with that madness that he always does to us anymore. Kyler Murray, don't start that stuff. Drive you right into the dirt. I like that.
Yeah, but Ronbo, do you know exactly why we lost today?
Several things, but what are you thinking?
Okay, we lost because it was Jimmy G's fault.
Of course. Anytime we lose, it's
It was his
G's
fault.
fault. It is his fault for not being there.
It was his fault, man. Just for being on the sideline, it was
Yes.
his fault.
I agree.
But honestly, I mean, we're Niner fans. We're gonna come here with expectations of winning the game, but
Absolutely. We have a right to.
I mean, we knew Arizona was a tough team. Last week against the Seahawks, yes, we dominated the Seahawks. That we should have won that game.
Yeah.
Today, we should have won that game as well. I feel like Kyle needs to trust his personnel. The kicker we got, if you go look at his stats, they're not that bad. It's just people have their kickers, so they bring kickers in for competition. Obviously, they go with their starters, and they release these guys. But go look at his numbers, and his numbers weren't that bad, but Kyle did not trust the kicker. That's why he went for it.
You know what? I hadn't thought about that because I thought Kyle was really hell-bent on getting into the end zone. But you're right. You're probably right because Kyle normally doesn't leave points on the board like that. He must have really been freaked out by the new kicker.
Yeah, he just didn't trust him, man.
I think you're right.
But yeah, like other than that, I'm not too disappointed in this. I came in with the expectation that Arizona was going to beat us, but I mean,
you know me. I've been scared of Arizona
we did
since.
great.
Yeah.
We did great, man.
Right. George,
we were so close to winning. So.
Yeah, well, we're going to see them again in a few weeks. Let's see what happens next time. If we're going to do this well against their offense, then we'll be fine. All right, fam. If you got a chance, be looking for tomorrow. All right.
All right, man. Monday Night Raw.
Looking forward. All right. Okay. And Ross says, Chandler Jones was in the backfield nearly every play. Trey avoided and only was sacked twice. He has footwork, needs to work on throwing mechanics. And see, Rod, that's what we're talking about. Why, Coach, are we still seeing him do that same thing? Rock Rage Production says, those holding penalties killed us. Haven't seen that much grabbing since Tickle Me Out. Elbow hit Christmas season. Oh, you have to bring up Tickle Me Elbow. I was a dude that they'd have to ask to leave the store after closing hours because I'm still watching Elmo lose it. Oh, stop it, Ronbo. Okay, what we got up here? Hey, Rick.
What's going on, man?
Rick, I wish I knew. Rick, what do you think's going on now? Now, give us some observations from this game and make it short and sweet, because everybody's pretty much going down the same path. What do you think?
You know what? Honestly, at this point, man, I'm frustrated, and I see it a little bit. I understand now some of this Kyle stuff because of the fact that typically I'm all for being aggressive. I'm all for being aggressive on certain things, but take the points. Take the points, because the thing about it is, it's so deflating to a team, offensively and defensively. You just held, because at one point I think we held them with three and outs back to back. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't that our offense wasn't getting down the field. We were getting down the field, but to get all the way down there and come away with nothing, that's deflating. And I mean, it's almost like goes back to Seattle, the game before, but Seattle, where we're like, our defense is killing it, 3 and outs, and we only have 7 points on the board. It's like, dude, make it mean something. You know what I'm saying? So when we get down there, fourth, whatever, kick the field goal. Come away with 3. So therefore, like, okay, cool. Hey, we got something on the board. And we can build on it, all this stuff. And then number 2, we have, yes, I've liked that we have Trey Lance as the dual threat, but we have running backs. Let Elijah Mitchell eat. He was doing well, but for some reason we just stopped going to him. And at this point, man, as much as everybody, I don't want to say I've given up on the season, but we have to start to develop Trey more. So, I mean, even if that means at the expense of Jimmy, because the thing about it is we're not going to get much from Jimmy as far as trade value, because it's not Jimmy's ability, it's Jimmy's durability. And people are not going to trade for a quarterback that the more you know you're about to get rid of. And number 2 is injury prone. So honestly, I think Jimmy should thank his stars, and we should be grateful that we paid him that money. But he's not going to get another big contract, because nobody's going to invest in him when you're not durable. You know what I'm saying? But back to our game plan. Our defense is playing lights out. McGlinchey, Lord have mercy, you can't stop holding for nothing. You can't stop holding for nothing. But I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna get off the phone. I hope that Trey Lance looks into a guy named Tom House. People don't know who Tom House is. He's a quarterback coach for Tom Brady, Drew Brees, and other people. And he was a pitcher back in the day. But what he was saying, just looking at some of the videos on YouTube, when a quarterback is throwing the ball and missing high, that's normally a front foot issue. And he said he has technology and all these different scientific things. And said, look, this is what you're doing, and this is why you're throwing balls, the ball is selling or whatever. And you know what I'm saying? As well as work on some of your mechanics. And I think he does stuff as far as, like, if you go back and look on YouTube, you'll see him and Drew Brees and Tom Brady where they're doing drills, but they're actually throwing look like a sock and a ball type of thing, just to work on their motion and their footwork and whatever. And that's what's going to be needed in the future, because I don't trust Scangarillo. He may be able to teach somebody how to, you know what I'm saying, teach the play calling. But as far as developing a quarterback, no, I don't trust that. And I don't trust anybody on the quarterback on the 49ers team to develop a quarterback. So he's going to have to get that.
We're going to have to do that. All right, Rich.
That attention outside.
Bookmark it. We got to come back tomorrow.
49ers.
All right, fam. Hey, Rich, good stuff. Well, let me see you tomorrow if you get a chance, okay?
Absolutely, man. 90 faithful, 90 empire, man.
All right, Rich. Yeah, watch it. And Tony Nagatani says, for 49ers, ball carriers average over 4 yards a carry. I wonder why that is. The answer is Trey Lance. Tony, you know, that's a good point. I did see some good blocking out there tonight, though. Also, remember, I think we got something in Elijah Mitchell. Some of that was done on just ability alone. He is really good. Hey, Antonio, Oh, it's funny because Chandler Jones does not seem to appear on the Cardinals' final box score for the game. And I never see the guy look so PO'd. Chandler Jones standing over there with his helmet off, looking all mad. Oh, I don't know what that was about. He got flagged, but he should have got flagged. You can't beat people up like that, Chandler. The quarterback's laying down. What are you doing? Emilio.
Hey! Where did you run up at the bathroom? Walk around barefoot. Where are your shoes?
We shouldn't be listening, but it's funny. What is
Where's the bathroom?
Emilio?
Oh, you talking? Oh, I didn't know.
Are you in around the house buck naked, no shoes? What's going on there?
No. I didn't even know I was on because I wouldn't even know I was on.
We were enjoying that.
It was my daughter.
Oh, okay. Well, she's allowed.
I didn't know you guys were listening.
Yes, we were. I was going to cut it off. I thought it was rude, but it was entertaining. More than this game was entertaining. Emilio, break it down, man. Short and quick, as you know, after the game. Emilio, what did you take in as far as this game went that needs to be improved? And how did you feel about the run game and Trey's debut and that DeMeco Ryans defense?
Well, I'm not gonna put all the blame on Trey. I mean, not on Trey, on Kyle, because people keep blaming Kyle. It's not all Kyle.
Own him.
He is making some of the stupid decisions when he shouldn't. I understand why he was going it on fourth down. You are playing one of the top offense in the NFL. I get it. You're trying to keep up, trying to score with them. It made sense. I get it. Get three. Get Trey's confidence up, but it's just, you want to score. You cannot try not to score. I know going it on fourth down and then a touchdown. Let's say you can say Trey, if he would have jumped instead of going head up with the defender, he would have got the touchdown. It's a few miscues here and there, and then him overthrowing. He had his mistakes, his rookie mistakes. And with DeMeco, he did his job. He called a pretty good defense. He just besides Norman kept his pass interference over and over and over. It's just, besides that, our defense is pretty good. They kept us in the game. I'm not even, like I said. Like I told you earlier, in the week, I was not expecting to win. It was a possibility if we won by a field goal. It looked like it was on the way there. All we needed was a touchdown, and we could have taken the game in overtime. But either way, like I said, it's Trey's first game. He didn't do great. He didn't do bad. He's still learning. It's gonna take some time. You can see, he is the future. Either way it goes, whatever happens with Jimmy, Trey's gonna be starting quarterback for this team. He just needs a little help to settle down because there was a couple times you see Trey needed to settle down. Getting anxious, overthrowing, underthrowing.
He's a raw talent. Kyle tried to tell everybody he's a raw talent. I don't know. Maybe too much was expected of him. Give him a minute. People got to calm it down. Let him work.
No, you got to look at it. It's every rookie that's played does. It's rare when they ball out. It's rare. Like I said, you can go and say Dak had a hell of a game, but then a hell of a year his rookie. But the team he had behind him. It all depends what team is built in front of you before you get there. Like I said, let's say Trey had the same thing. He has Kittle, he has Raheem, he had everybody. Of course, you put Trey in, maybe he does a lot better. But it's just we're missing players still, and it just makes a lot for him. He has to work with what he has. The only big problem I have with this team is the offensive line. They keep getting in, holding calls, and, if it wasn't for Trey able to getting away, we would have more sacks.
They're not used to Trey's style. That holding stuff is because he was out there running around and gave it up and just grabbed.
No, I get it. I get it, but. And the thing is, when people saying we would have won this game with Jimmy, no, we wouldn't have. I'm sorry. You can say what you want with Jimmy. Jimmy would have not been able to get out of that pocket. Jimmy would have been sacked left and right. I wouldn't even think we would even have scored, to be honest with Jimmy. Everything that Trey did, I do not see Jimmy going to score.
Remember, Jimmy's only lost that team once. But you know what? I got a feeling it would have been a different game entirely with Jimmy. I don't know. I'm not going to promise he would have lost. I'm not going to promise he's going to win. I don't know.
I don't either, but I just did either way. I didn't see us winning this game either way to win, just because of Arizona being the top team right now in the NFL.
I wouldn't have seen this one. You know, if we would have won this, it would, like I said, it would have been near the end.
Mhm.
We had the ball in last minute on the clock with a field goal. You know, that's how I see us win the game. But
All right, fam. You know we got to go. I'm gonna see you tomorrow. Looking at you on Raw, we can stretch out a little longer. All right, Emilio. And
All
tell
right.
her to
Yeah,
put
good
her
night.
shoes on. What's she doing? All right, Emilio. Have a good night, fam.
All right, yeah, good night.
And Santana.
So, Dumbo, how you doing?
Santana, you know, I hate to say it, but we haven't had 3 losses. Actually, even last year, did we lose 3 in a row anytime last year? We won 1 here and there, right? Before we'd get to 3.
Yeah.
3 in a row.
Yeah, I mean,
oh!
Ronbo, we honestly should have won the Packers game, the Seattle game.
Mm-hmm.
We could have definitely won today's game too.
Yep.
But you
Because
know,
they were 17 points. When's the last time somebody beat the 49ers by 17 points? I mean, that just makes no sense. God.
I believe we could have won this game. The way we played. I mean, the way the defense was playing. I just saw that there was no help from the coaching side and the offensive line, and the wide receivers to help out Trey Lance in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
And what I saw was a kid just battling it out by himself. Honestly, toughing it out, taking hits. I mean, he's a tough kid, and for me, that's promising because he that showed that he has mental toughness
And physical too, because you're right, got busted
physical.
and still rolling.
Yeah, but I mean, I want him to take care of himself. You know what I'm saying? I don't want him to take those hits, run to the sideline, do not jump back into the middle and get hit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, Kyle Shanahan didn't do anything to help him out. I think, like I said, the way we could have won this game was by running the ball, but we kept using Trey Lance as a runner instead of using Elijah Mitchell, Trey Sermon that were there in the game. Not making smart decisions, by kicking the field goals when we had the chance, putting everything on the rookie to make plays. I get it; they're 4-1, 4-2, but it's the first quarter of the game. Go with the field goal. You know what I'm saying? Get 3 points up. Now you're down 3-7. You know what I'm saying? And so that the O-line. I told you my concern was with McGlinchey last time we spoke, and sure enough, it was the pressure was coming from McGlinchey's side most of the time. And
this is Chandler Jones was over there. Yeah, I
felt like
yeah.
whether Jimmy G was back there, I don't think we, like I said, Jimmy G's good, quick release, but he would have been sacked more often than not, and I don't think we probably would have put any points on the board. I mean, it's hard to say, but you could tell by that pressure that was coming in from the Cardinals. And to think about it, Ronbo, for the way the kid played, man, he played. I think like I said, he played okay. You know what I'm saying? He didn't play horrible and he didn't play great. He played okay, and for me, that's good. That's promising. We can build off that. Now he can go back into the film room and see what he did wrong and what he could have done better, and I'm sure he's going to build off that. But yeah, man, we got to do something, man. We can't. I don't know what's going on with Kyle Shanahan and these. I feel like his play calls are stale. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand, but I mean, we and moving on forward, Ronbo, I say we go with the kid, man. I think he showed enough for him. We just went up against one of the best defenses in the league. And he showed out pretty good. So I say I go with against after the bye week we go with the kid, man. Honestly, Ronbo. I feel like we can some games with the kids.
Yeah, I mean I don't agree, but I understand that. A lot of people are saying that. See, because the thing is, they didn't drop Stafford very much as far as sacks went. So it's not about them rushing into the backfield. And 49ers offensive line is better than Rams offensive line. What people got to remember is it's all about execution. It's not always about the things that seem obvious. But we'll see. So anyway, but Santana, I'll tell you what, I'll be back for Raw tomorrow because we got to keep it short after the game. All right?
Yeah, yep. All right, man.
All right, man. Look at that. And Daniel Serrano says, Kyle's aggressive, they cry. Kyle isn't aggressive, they still cry. Enjoy the process, fam. Like we say in Spanish, es parte del show. Del show. You know, Daniel, it's pretty funny, man. You know, Kyle's not getting any defense from anybody. Everybody's on him. So I don't know. Kyle's probably in his house with the lights out, though, because he's really getting attacked hard. Socks and Sandals podcast. We had the opportunity to score at least 3 field goals. Only kicked one. Our offense is too talented to only score 10 points. It's on Shanny. Guys, thanks for those contributions. I tell you, man, Shannon's really going to get it from the media today. What kind of adjustments are going to make between now and Indy 2 weeks from now? God knows. Hey, D-Flow.
Hey, what up, Ronbo?
D-Flow, man, we're just sitting there, man. Everybody's like mad as hell. D-Flow, I don't know you're extra mad. What do you think? Because we got to keep it short and sweet, though. What are you thinking?
Hey, it was a good game from a guy who hasn't started over a year, and Trey Lance. So you got to give him credit to that. Everybody has to understand. Dante Whitner to Keo Spike said it perfect. There's a lot of throws that Trey Lance did that Jimmy wouldn't done. The defense is respecting his arm. So they're playing deep. He's making the runs, like when he's doing on his own. I love that. But the one thing I don't love is Kyle Shanahan putting him as a running back. What is he thinking? We got running backs. He's not playing under center. He's a great play action quarterback. Where was that at? Where are the supposedly the best play callers that he can just scheme up? Have you seen any this game, Ronbo? Of Kyle Shanahan be like, hey, that was a nice play call.
Yeah, no. D-Flow, you know what worries me about that? Kyle said he's going to make that game as easy as he could for Trey. I'm not sure what Trey's ready for from what he's saying. I don't know what's going on with that. I really don't understand.
Think about it. He's the best pro-ready quarterback than all the quarterbacks coming in. He's been under center. He knows how to go under center. Where's the under center plays? It's the offensive coordinator and Kyle Shanahan, because we all know McDaniels is not the offensive coordinator, because we all see Shanahan calling in the plays. He's the one doing it. He's the one still scheming. He's doing straight up shotguns and having him run like he's with like no lead block, with no lead blockers. There's a famous saying: if you ain't getting best, if you ain't getting better, you're getting worse. Kyle Shanahan's offense, where has it been? So because think about it, will Kyle Shanahan still be like all the fans still saying it if he wasn't his last name Shanahan? Will he still be getting the praise with this record that he has? Where, like, in my opinion, I think the AZ head coach called a better offensive game than Shanahan. Like, George Kittle's out. Ross Daly's 6'5". Where is his play call? Where's his numbers?
He made one good play today. Ross made a good play today. Okay, D-Flow, here's what
the game plan?
You got to understand. There's something going on. I know people don't want to. There's something between Trey's passes and our receivers. I don't know how long that's going to take to get ironed out. But every pass, every catch seemed to be such a struggle. Even the ones that were finding. Debo was leaping out the gym. I mean, they've got to work together is what the problem is and develop some chemistry.
You want to know what it is?
Oh, well, go ahead.
It's who's Rich Gangarello.
I was getting ready to say.
Who is that guy?
He's
So
supposed to
it's
be
not.
quarterback's coach.
Look at Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo's been in our team for 4.5 years. Has he got better in his performance, in his footwork? He still throws off his back foot. That's Kyle Shanahan putting in his friend, Rich Gangarello.
Actually, you're supposed to throw off your back foot, but the problem is your front foot needs to be. I don't know. It's
he's not stepping into a pitcher. It's like a pitcher. It's like the other caller says. Get that other. That other.
He means he's throwing flat-footed.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go, flat-footed.
Okay.
Because you got to throw power in it. And same thing with you can see almost in Trey. You got to step into it.
Yeah, and
That's
he couldn't.
why balls
And
are
that's
selling.
and that's why
They're just
he had.
minor mishaps, but
Yeah, that's why he screwed up against against the Hawks. There was no longer any power. He could, but D-Flow, we got to roll. Let me see you tomorrow on Raw because everybody wants a little bit to know.
Yeah.
All right.
Right, there's just one more little thing.
D-Flow,
Is that
please.
we should move on with all right.
Okay. Let me see tomorrow.
Got you.
Okay. All right. Hey, and Bill, go ahead, Bill.
Ronbo, I am here.
Yes, indeed, Bill. Short and sweet. Run it down, Bill. It was a terrible
First
thing.
and sweet, I'm going to make this clear. Do we remember the Jimmy Tomsula Pringle days?
Of course.
Do we remember those days? If we do, did we enjoy them? Were they wonderful? Were they great? You talking about get rid of Shanahan, fire Shanahan? Imagine if that happens and we get Jimmy Tomsula Jr. And we're back
Big Chip
to
Kelly.
those days.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Chip Kelly was better than Tomsula. I'm sorry. We're going to Tomsula Jr. days. Where, like, literally, we're at a first and goal, and he chooses to punt it. Just imagine that. A stupid coach. So dumb that we like, why would you do that? But y'all wanted Kyle fired. So be careful what you wish for. Be careful. Because you might get it. And if you do, who's to blame but yourself? So let's accept the way that things are, and let's go with the process. Okay, let him develop the rookie. He could have done this. He could have done that. But keep in mind that we got to also overcome the referees. So if that's not in the game plan, then
working the it should be.
Yeah, come on. Move out the team and the referees. You know they're not going to call flags on the other team, but they're going to call it on us. So we got to start preparing for a 1st and 15 or a 1st and 20 or a 3rd and 15 or a 3rd and 20. That needs to be in the playbook.
Bill, you point that out, but Trey was in that situation all night. I got to give him credit for that. He remained calm, and most of the time, the 49ers got out of those long penalty. They got out of those. They'd be 3 and 19, 3rd down and 19. I mean, I think we got up to 24 one time. I said, this is, boy. And he got out of it.
I am proud of our team. I knew we were going to lose. I thought we were going to get beat down. But we kept it to 17 points. You need to be proud at that.
Yeah.
We lost by 7. You need to be happy. I know you're not supposed to enjoy a loss, but with the injuries and the way things are and the rookie quarterback, what more are you going to get? Come on now. What more are you going to get?
Bill, people like moral victories, but we got a moral victory on that one. So Trey got some learning moments. I got a feeling he'll know what to do about certain things next time. And it's not a bad thing. It is that with 2 and 3.
At least we ain't the Cowboys where they're going to have a promising season and choke in the playoffs.
They are looking rough.
So, be happy. We're the 49ers. We need to be smiling. Good things are coming around the horizon if we keep Shanahan.
Yeah,
Don't fire him, York.
Well, we can't. Yeah,
Don't
we can't
fire
fire. Every time we lose games, we can't fire the coach. But he's going to have to make some changes. Bill, let's see you tomorrow, though. All right.
I'll see you tomorrow. Give me a Niner shout out. And quit crying, man. Quit crying.
Niner!
Put it close in the mouth.
Bill! Look for you tomorrow. Night, Bill. Or good day, Bill.
All right. Have a good night.
Okay. And there's Jimmy's favorite fan, 49ers Lakers. Cut Jimmy. Rep Trey. Thanks, fake 49ers Lakers. And we got another one? Okay. Hey, Frank.
What's up, Ronbo?
Frank, we're sitting there, everybody's mad as hell and wanting Shanahan's head. And even though Jimmy wasn't playing, blaming him too. And, Hey, you know what, though? Jimmy does get some blame for this. Damn it, Jimmy. And you know what's so funny, Frank? It was Kerry Hyder. If we would have resigned Kerry Hyder, he wouldn't have fell on Jimmy's leg. Everything is connected, you know? Yeah. Frank, what is your feeling? What did you take away from this game, though, between the run game, the defense, and Trey's performance?
Well, bro, everything fall. I'm gonna start with Trey. Trey, he's a rookie, man. He dealt with the hand. He dealt with the cards gave him. You know what I'm saying? So he did pretty good. You know what I'm saying, for his debut. But the only way you gonna get better, you got to keep playing. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep playing. That's the only way you're gonna get better. But he did okay. But everything fall to Kyle Shanahan's, man. Like it's to his doorsteps. I mean, I'm hearing so many callers like not a lot of callers, but making excuses for Kyle. Like his play calling is horrible, terrible. Like I don't understand his play. Like we look, what's the saying? It's what can you do for me? What have you done for me lately?
That's it.
This ain't the 2019. We can't keep living off his genius play calling when we went to the Super Bowl when he was designing all these type of runs. You know what I'm saying? Like this a whole new year. We got to get all 2019. You know what I'm saying? Focus on this year. And shout out, I think, to Rod. He nailed everything on the coffin. Accountability. John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan. Look at the players they picking. Like we need a corner bad. Like you can jump out there and try to just you know what I'm saying, like even draft a corner. Like the players they draft in Ronbo either injured or hurt. It's like it's just all bad all around the board. You know what I'm saying? So like Kyle, if you look at Kyle on the sideline, he just look like he's not in it no more. Just watch him. Just watch his body movement. Just look at his face expression. Just look at
Frank,
him.
I've been
He's
looking
like
at this
he's
whole
not in it
time.
no more.
I'm the one who
Yeah,
said
he's not.
he may quit at the end of the season. I'm worried about that. A lot of people ain't worried about that, but I'm not sure what we're going to get next. It's the fear of the unknown. You let Kyle Shanahan go, who's coming in, and what is he going to do, and are we going to be happy, you know? Because now you got to change the whole offensive plan. The defense is going to change. Everything's going to get switched. I don't know. It's just really scary to me. So I wish they'd fix
It's
this.
no more excitement, no energy or nothing no more just on the sideline. Like it's just sad. And shout out to Bill. I ain't coming for you, Bill, because you're a Niner faithful too. But I mean, we gonna have more days like this, man. Because look at the play calling, Kyle calling. I mean, let's just be 100, y'all. Everybody watching the game, like Kyle calling some dumb play. Like you doing the same U check, Jones, like 4th and 2, 4th and 1, and he run under the center and then try to come on, Kyle. You think they not? I mean, I'm just like, Kyle, what are you thinking? Like, where's your mind at, Joe? Like, I don't understand. Like, where's the white hat at, Ronbo? Put the white hat on, man. Like, where's the white hat, man? We want to go back to 2019. Kyle, put the white hat on with the white little track jacket Johnny used to wear. Come on, man. Throw that on, man. Come on, man. That's it. We want to go back to 19, y'all. Put the white hat on, man.
I thought you meant the dunce cap.
Yeah, the cap, the white cap, when he used to wear the cap.
Dunce cap.
Yeah.
Okay, my man. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, it's rough. But, Frank,
come on, man.
It's got to improve. It'll get better, Frank, because it can't get any worse at the moment. We're going to see. They need this bye week.
I hope in this bye week, man, they come up with a game plan. I mean, you just got to let Trey, you got to rock out with him, man. Just the only way you're going to get better is by playing, Ronbo. That's it. That's the only way you're going to get better. Jimmy ain't got nothing to do with this game because he didn't play. So Trey just got to get better. Kyle just got Jimmy. I mean, Trey got to play to get better, man. That's the only way you're going to get better. But I ain't going to hold you up, Ronbo. I'll be on tomorrow. There's a lot more I want to say.
All right.
I'll save for tomorrow, man.
All right,
shout out to the
faithful.
faithful. Shout out to you, Ronbo. Love
thanks,
you,
Frank.
man. Love all y'all,
you,
man. And have a good one, man.
You too, Frank. There he goes. Yeah. We'll see him tomorrow. Hey, 646 in New York City. Ooh-ah, do-ah, Ben. Just like the boy from New York City. New York! I wonder if that dude was chomping at the bit to say some things about half an hour ago. Somebody else? Okay. So we'll leave New York. Let's go to the next place. The Niners, you love to hate. We'll talk to you in a little while. Fam, come on in.
First of all, I want to say fuck Kyle Shanahan and fuck Jimmy Garoppolo.
Let me just get that off my chest real quick.
You feel better?
You know,
Yeah.
Everybody's touched on everything that I wanted to say. They've already said.
Mm.
So let's go from there, Ronbo.
Okay. Hey.
Ask me something. Everybody said what I wanted to say.
Oh no. I don't know what it's because this is the Monday Night Raw. So you must have something.
We were one shoulder, Trey Lance shoulder injury or Trey Lance concussion away from seeing Nate Sudfeld on the field. What the fuck is Kyle Shanahan doing? Calling design runs up the middle every fourth play, maybe every third play. He's gonna get them hurt, and it's like I don't know what playbook he's running when Trey Lance is on the field. But why not have the shut the fuck up? Have the same playbook you call for Jimmy G, call it for Trey Lance. Get him under center. Don't have him in shotgun on 4th and goal from the 1 and have him run. Put him on the center, do a play action, a boot, something other than running Trey Lance all the goddamn time. Where was Trey Sermon at on 4th and 1? Now, to Trey Lance's credit, when he went in on that 4th and goal, I think he was anticipating running that defender over, but didn't see that second guy. So that's pretty much 500 pounds going up against 230, and he couldn't do it. He used to running college players over. You can't do that in the NFL. So actually, I can't give him credit for that. That was his fault. You can't do that. You can't do that same stuff that you were doing in college. You were bigger than everybody. You just can't do it. And as far as Kyle Shanahan, I remember Trez. I was listening last year. I think it was last year or the year before. I think it was last year. He was saying, fire Kyle Shanahan. And I'm like, man, are you fucking crazy? Are you stupid? And no disrespect. I don't mean stupid like that. But I'm like, no way. It's not Kyle's fault with all the injuries and stuff. You know, he just needs to, you know, we need to get our whole team back healthy. But Ronbo, he's not a head coach. He's not a leader. No, and he's not handling the situation right. There's no way in hell George Kittle should be liking another player's post that's negative against our quarterback. There's no way in hell this should be going on. Our draft picks are bust. Ambry Thomas isn't playing. Aaron Banks isn't playing. We get no help every year. No help. Nobody's panning out. He's not a leader. And I'm on the tip of, I'm right at the tip of saying he might need to be fired.
Well, fam, we got to go, but you know, you may change
Bye,
your mind.
Ronbo. Just go. You need to go. Just go. You love Jimmy G. Fuck him. Fuck Kyle Shanahan. Fuck them all. This the Niner you love to hate. I'm out. I said what I had to say. You keep rooting for Jimmy G, and you're going to see where we go.
I didn't mention Jimmy. Okay. Anyway, all right. Have a good night, fam. We're upset. Terribly upset. Jimmy wasn't in the game. I didn't have anything to say about that. Anyway, let's 646. Let's go back to New York. 646.
Yo, man, it's me, the Iceman.
I get the feeling you're on the lam. I think you called it before. We didn't know who this was.
No. My daughter has my other phone, and she's playing her little game on her phone, so I just use this other phone. That's all. I got an 8-year-old, man, you know.
Yeah,
Minecraft and Roblox.
But you cannot take her phone. You can scar her for life. Let her use that phone.
And yeah, shout out to you, my dog, man. Good job. And one more thing to let you know, I'm moving out to Arizona in another month and a half, so I'll be out west from now on.
Can you imagine? You're going to be in shock. Normally, them long, cold, hardcore winters, and you're going to come to Arizona where you got to leave all them winter clothes in New York.
Well, you know what? It's all good. I'm closer to my Niner Nation, man.
There you go.
Talking about Niner Nation, man. That's all.
And remember, it's
Oh,
Niner
man,
Empire.
it's frustrating day, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was terrible. That's all right. You know
what? This is the thing we're gonna look at. Everybody wants to kill Shanahan, and everybody same thing, giving the trade, the upside and the downside of whatever the case may be. Offensive line, defense balled out. There's a problem in Houston, in San Francisco. As they say, Houston is a problem. I think Shanahan has been coaching desperately lately. I don't know why. That's what it seems like. It seems like he's in a desperation coaching mode, and there's no reason for he's panicking. And I think that shines as him not being a head coach for a very long time. People have to remember, he's not like he's been a head coach for 15, 20 years. This guy's been a head coach barely for 4 years now, right? So, I mean, we got to the Super Bowl, okay? That was the upside. I mean, it's a little downside. It's part of being a head coach and at that young, in that tenure as a new head coach, right or wrong.
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm.
So, on that note, I think that this is a growing scenario for him, just as well as it is for Trey Lance. That's what I think. So he's making errors now, and the NFL has kind of caught up to the scheme he's been doing. So, as a learning curve, he has to really expand his play more now than so ever. He's got to go past the 10-yard game now. He has no choice because the NFL has caught up to everything now he's doing. They know he's going to run the ball. They know he's going to check down and 10-yard passes all the time, 10-yard passes. So now all they're doing is all the defense. If you notice, all the defense coordinators, they've been stacking the box of them like crazy all season long instead of in the last season. Am I right?
To some degree. You know what though?
Yeah. Pretty much most of the time, if you look at the defenses now that's been playing us this season right here, they got practically 7 to 8 guys in the box on every play, and the linebackers don't go past 10 yards because they know the chance of him going deep is less likely versus him going short.
But Dre,
so
the only thing is, so many teams are adopting Shanahan's offense. It's all about execution, the talent involved in the system. It's not fully just the system he's running. As much as you look at some missed passes and things like that, drops and things like that, this will kill a drive.
And I understand it, and I agree with you on that. But the bottom line is this. Kyle's got to open up the field. He's got to start going deep.
This
if
is
he doesn't
why
start making more and more deep passes, whether they succeed or not, it's going to keep the defense honest.
You with me? We agree with that. Get me a freaking deep threat receiver. I don't want one of just a decoy or a fake or a guy just to make it. I want a real live deep threat. And then we can talk. We're going to run out of time.
I agree with that.
We got to go.
I make it quick.
All right.
If he doesn't, regardless if you don't have one or not, you still got to go deep.
I agree.
I'll see you Monday, dog, man.
All right. Looking for you. All right, Ice. Good night. And Raymond. Raymond, come on in here and be short and sweet.
Hey, Ronbo.
Yo.
Hello, how you doing tonight?
Oh, terrible.
Hey,
man. I don't want to be 2 or 3. Yes. Go ahead.
Hey, listen, right? The caller before the last caller was dead on the money. Dead on the money. Hey, I call sometimes. I'm on the East Coast, so it's hard to catch you. And plus, I just been on hold for an hour and 20 minutes, so it's kind of hard.
That's why I try to make everybody hurry up.
Yeah, and listen to these weirdos talk. But the caller right before you was dead on it, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got mad at me a long time ago when I told you to draft a cornerback, right? All right, now, our front seven is good defense, good job, but the corners suck. And I've been saying we need to get a cornerback. But let's get off of that because the defense did good today. Where we lost the game, where was the reverse jet sweep, motion, play action, bootleg, the tight end come out the backfield, go across the field? Juszczyk was the leading receiver to the fourth quarter. Juszczyk, our fullback, was the leading receiver until Debo caught a ball in garbage time. Okay? That's the leading receiver, bro. We had nobody out there. Trey Lance was playing the game by himself. Kyle Shanahan had him in his shotgun, running quarterback draw. Where is underneath the center with the zone running game with the play action off of that? What? I mean, only thing I can think of is Trey Lance don't understand. Because we can't say Kyle Shanahan dumb, because Kyle Shanahan dropped all these brilliant plays. But none of that was on display today. None of that. None of that. That's why we lost.
And Raymond,
we held them down.
And Raymond, you hit it right on the head when you said that. I don't know if Trey can run all these plays we think he can. I'm thinking that Kyle gave him what he thought he could handle.
That's the only thing I can think of, because other than that, it's sabotage. Other than that, it's sabotage. That's the only thing I can think of, because what in the world? We had 0 points, man. When the last time we ain't scored 30 on somebody? Think about this. Right? That's the only thing I could think of, is the man didn't have enough time to learn what Kyle Shanahan got. So he had to make it like that. So we got one of the most brilliant play callers on our team. So I love Kyle Shanahan, but that's the problem was right there, the play calling. Because the defense did good. I thought we was about to get torched out there with no cornerback.
I did too, boy.
That's one of the
Kyler
reasons
Murray
why
scares
it's hard for
me.
me to sit on.
They beat his little butt.
No, it ain't Kyler Murray. It's Hopkins and the other one. Who we got?
Well, that's what I mean.
Lenore? Come
He's
on,
got,
man.
And
Hufanga need to be on the field a little bit more.
Hufanga
need to be on the field a little bit more.
So that's a dog.
He need to be on the field a little bit more. Yep. And I appreciate you and everything you do. And I like to say this too, Ronbo. The callers that call, they need to stop being disrespectful and jumping out of line. Because if I'm sitting on here and I got stuff to say and I can sit on here for an hour and a half, you can sit on here too. If they jump in like that, you need to block them, because that's very disrespectful. I had to listen to a bunch of nonsense all day for a long time, and I listened to it. So I got respect for your show and your viewers.
Thanks, Ray.
And I expect them to have the same. You know what I'm saying? If they don't, block them. Don't let them call no more, because that's rude and disrespectful. But that was the problem. So that was the problem. It was the play calling, and it was obviously the boy don't understand those type of maybe calls or whatever, because Jimmy G had a whole different playbook.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. People got to realize he just got here. He's not going to be able to grasp and execute on everything. And Kyle didn't start installing that till Wednesday, Raymond. I said, it's too late. What are you going to teach him in 2 days?
Juszczyk was the leading receiver, our fullback, man.
I know.
Was the leading receiver. He ain't had no help out there. He looked like he was playing by himself. And that's not a knock on Kyle, because maybe the dude don't understand everything yet. You know what I mean? But when he get up under that center and running those zone reads and all of those zone running scheme, when he go into the edge and then he bootleg out the backside, had the fullback leaking out the back of the field, none of that was on display. It was just drop back run, drop back throw, 1-2 reads, and that's it. It wasn't none of that Jimmy G. It was two different offenses. That's why we lost. And we should have won Green Bay, and we should have won these other games too. We should almost be undefeated, if you ask me. Them boys fumbling the kickoff and all that garbage. That was trash. But, all right, I know you got to go, and I appreciate you. I appreciate you and everything you do, man. So,
thanks, Raymond.
I just
Appreciate
bought me a
that,
house, too. I'm in VA. I just bought my first house, so, yeah.
All right, congratulations.
Yep.
And it's good hearing from you
go
again.
Niners, but that was the problem.
Time. All right. Remember, you get a chance.
That was the problem, though.
Oh, I agree. It's a lot of that. It's you hit it right on the head, though, when you talk about Trey not being ready for everything you can throw at him. So,
man, we had 0 points on the board, man.
I know. All right. Raymond, we're going to go. And I tell you what, hopefully I can hear from you tomorrow if you get a chance. All right.
All right. Go Niners, man.
All right. Night, Raymond. I haven't talked to Raymond in forever. Tony says this is the first time the Cardinals didn't score 30, and because Trey went on long drives and held the ball, and the D-line hurried Kyler Murray. That was an excellent formula for success if we just could have cashed in. Even if we'd kicked a couple of field goals, I think that game would have went down to the last minute in the fourth quarter. Big Show says Lenore needs to play nickel. Why was Dante Johnson out there? I thought Lenore was, actually, Big Show. Dante, that's right. Dante's out there jerking the ball out of hands. Guys, thanks for those contributions, Tony. Big Show. And, hey, Marion.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
Man, terrible, man. You know, we in here talking about what happened, another ass whooping. And that's 3 in a row, and it's gotten really tired. So, you know. Man, what did you take from this game? What are your observations on the game, though?
Well, I mean, just real quick, everybody pretty much covered everything. I mean, the bottom line is the play calling was horrible. I mean, check it. We ran that same play with Kyle Juszczyk, coming up under center with a sneak 2 weeks ago. That don't mean you run that again. You know what I'm saying? It's little things like that, you know, the play calling, and I've said it over and over. Cal makes bad decisions. Him and John Lynch, the other caller said about accountability, which is true. They go resign all these players, and the players that they resign get hurt. I almost noticed that or not. So, you know, it's the same thing. And at the end of the day, Kyle Shanahan is 7-29 without Jimmy Garoppolo. Until I see otherwise, I cannot. I'm not on Kyle Shanahan's side. He really, he does. You know what I'm saying? And get what you asked for. Well, guess what? Have the team got better since Super Bowl? We haven't. You know what I mean? So
yeah, that's a good question.
I don't see improvement. I don't see improvement.
If they could stay on the field, I'd like to know. Marion, let me ask you a question. That defense, is it better, the same, or worse than 2019?
It's not better. Definitely not better, because that 2019 front seven before D Ford got hurt was unstoppable. So it's definitely not better. It's pretty good. It's decent. It's better than I expected it to be with the change of coordinator. You know what I mean? But let's be real. We played a division rival, so when you play division rival, sometimes you know them in and out, stuff like that. So you know we was able to. Defense played great, but it's not 2019. Definitely not that, because we was doing anything we wanted to do, and we could not be stopped on defense at all.
So Raymond's right. Cornerback, and also, you know, we got leadership issues, I think, as far as the secondary goes, because when Richard Sherman was back there, and I don't know if he's that much better than Josh Norman. Josh Norman's fielding his best. So there's something going on in the locker room that's not as nice as it was in 2019, I think.
I just think that, really, to be honest with you, if we're going to be real about it, let's go back. You know, 2019, we had the Forrest Buckner, and he caused double teams.
Yeah.
Sometimes, over the time, and that freed up Armstead and that freed up both of them. And we said this last year, since they let Buckner walk, Armstead has been in hiding. Literally, you can't find him nowhere. You know what I mean? So that, I really hate to say that one move made a difference, but that will really happen, and that comes from decision making from upstairs. It's the decision making. I mean, back in the day, and I said we could, let you go. We had politics, back in the day with Eddie DeMarlo and stuff, we had great decision makers for the personnel.
We
don't have that. So
bookmark that right there, man. We're gonna roll. I'm gonna see you tomorrow on Raw. Hopefully, you got some time for us. All right.
Yeah. I hear you.
All right, Phil. All right. Yeah. And we quickly try to get to Chris. Hey, Chris.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Chris, we doing that. Everybody mad, but short and quick after the game. Chris, lay it on us.
Hey, that defense stay on the field too long, man. I mean, the offense, it ain't giving the defense a great deal of a chance. I see this defense sometimes they get teams in the 3-and-out situations, and we get the ball back, and then the offense is look like they putting together a drive. And then at some point it just stalled. After it just stalled, and the defense right back out there. It's not helping. And then we always, a lot of times they pointing the finger at the defense. I mean, but I think the corners did well against Hopkins and Green in this game. Yeah. 17 points.
17
for
points.
A Cardinals team.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can't ask for nothing more. It's just that the offense. I expect more from this offense.
And
they got too many weapons.
It's time to
get
cooking.
They got too many weapons.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see a lot of the run plays that we was running when we was just lining up and just bullying people. I don't see those run plays anymore. I'm like, I don't know what they running on offense, man.
Fam, the problem is you don't have Mostert anymore. And
right.
We didn't realize how valuable he was.
Yeah, he's very valuable.
Yeah, this run game we got going now it's a little. I'm not sure. It's sporadic. It's good. You got Elijah Mitchell's very promising. Sermon's he's not where he needs to be. Jeffrey Wilson Jr.
He'll get
on the
there, though.
mend. You know, we got issues.
Yeah, and I don't like the idea of that. Okay, where's Trent Sherfield? Like, where is he? Because like he should be on the field a lot, lined up somewhere. Him, Travis Benjamin, they
saw him
pretty much like
constantly.
deep threat.
Yeah, I saw him constantly. Every time I looked up, I saw him flashing across the screen. But you're right. I didn't see him as part of the game plan, which is very interesting because him and Trey have a very good chemistry. So I'm not sure what's going on with that.
Yeah, they got a real good chemistry, man.
And it took all the first quarter to
crazy,
get that ball
man.
to Debo. You can't. Debo is the catalyst on this
Yeah.
offense. Yeah, you got to get the ball to Debo.
Yeah. At times, like it's like Debo can only do so much. You know. Also, it's like spread the ball around. Like
True.
it's got to be somebody else open around on the field than just
That's
Debo.
true. But you
So
initially got to get him
if
going, and then everybody else.
Yeah.
Because then they'll start double teaming him and everything else. So.
And they didn't use Elijah Mitchell like enough today. I don't think.
Yeah. He's light. You got to be careful with him. Put him back on the IR. Trey Sermon with his big butt supposed to be taking that pain. Oh, anyway.
Right.
We got to go, fam. Let me see you tomorrow on Raw. We can extend a little longer, okay?
Okay, definitely, Ronbo.
All right. Night, fam.
All right. Love.
And B Ham. Wait, we got one here. Hold on,
Ronbo.
Well, BM, hold on a second there. Tony says 49ers time of possession, 31:54. Cardinals time of possession, 28:06, which is interesting. This happened against the Hawks too. We beat BM. We can't keep beating people up in all the stats and the numbers and still get an ass whooping. This doesn't make no sense.
I heard a caller, I think 2 callers ago, Ronbo said we need to stretch the field. Keep the defense honest. The only way I see the 49ers could ever stretch the field, even if Raheem Mostert went hurt, they were going to have to line him up at wide receiver.
I know, I got. Oh.
I mean, hell, that's what I do at Madden to stretch the field. Hey, man, Debo, Brandon Ayuk, Kittle, those are possession catchers.
Thank you.
They don't have the speed.
Mm-hmm.
By the time they get down the field deep enough,
it's too late.
Mike McGlinchey gave up the sack.
Mm-hmm. BM, speak to that. People won't listen to me. I keep saying a deep threat.
You can't do it.
Right, he's got a business card. It says deep threat on it.
Listen.
Ain't no quarterbacks, ain't no defensive back scared of Kittle, Debo, and Ayuk in that fashion. You're not sending any fear with them. They'll sit back and play them.
Ronbo, I want you to think about this, Ronbo. 2019, since folks bringing up 2019. 2019, they played us the same way. We went and got Emmanuel Sanders, somebody who had a little bit more speed than Debo.
Mm-hmm.
And it changed the whole offense.
Overnight.
Jimmy G was going deep. He was going deep. You had that. You cannot stretch the field with Debo Sanders and Brandon Ayuk. It's just not going to work. We need speed. We should have been making a trade for Deshaun Jackson. Look at what he's doing for the Rams.
I know,
we should have been doing some of that same thing.
Out, though. Gotta respect that speed. You gotta. And then looking over in Cincinnati. Every time I see that big, him and Burrow is just having field days. I said, see that? I want a speed.
Hey, we're gonna have to do something, Ronbo. I mean, like you say, we definitely do need a cornerback. Oh my God, I get so tired of seeing Josh Norman either getting burnt or them calling a pass interference on him. and maybe he wasn't better than Sherman. Maybe Sherman didn't have the speed, but at the end of the day, they did not sit up there and just intentionally throw it. Our defense would be our defense would really be on point if we had some better corners. I would really feel better in our defense. I feel like our offense could do it, but we broke up on offense with no running game. The one thing that's different from Raheem is he see the holes a little bit better than
And
Elijah.
gets through them right now.
With practice, it will come. But right now, Ronbo, right now, real quick before we go, I want everybody to realize this, and I know I said this a couple weeks ago. Well, it's always next year. Y'all do know the schedule gets rather fucking easy here.
So yeah,
there's nothing hard left on our schedule for real other than our division games.
And we failed coming through this. BM, we go bookmark that for me because we gonna go. I'm gonna look for you tomorrow, and hopefully you got some time for us. All right.
Okay. Yeah, man. Hope I can get on, man.
All right. I'll be looking for you too. All right, fam.
All right. Be easy.
It's BM. Well, he's been preaching to the choir, telling me I want a deep. Just throw the ball deep. No, it's nobody down there. The quarterbacks are laughing because we're throwing it down there. All right, there he is. It's time to change the tone as my dude from the blue waters of Hawaii awaits. Tony! Get on
Aloha,
here,
Ronbo. It's good to see
Tony,
you. It's good
I've
to
been
see
reading
you.
you the whole time. I was laughing because Tony said, "What are you talking about? He looks better from the pistol and the."
He does.
What pistol? What else? What other formation? Go ahead, Tony.
Okay. So overall, this was actually a very positive game for the 49ers. The offense hasn't looked better the entire season, if you ask me. And it's all because of the fact that Trey Lance is more athletic than Jimmy Garoppolo. I don't want to poo-poo on Jimmy Garoppolo. He is a great leader. He has heart. And I want him to succeed whenever he's in there because he has that sort of charisma. The issue, though, is Trey Lance is simply taller with a bigger arm, and he's faster. Yes, he is a rookie, and that certainly showed on that first interception today where he sailed that ball to your guy, Travis Benjamin, today. And that was, that was an inexcusable mistake, honestly. Yeah. He needs to get that under control because that is a pattern. Those high balls are a pattern with Trey Lance. But as the game continued to go on, he was going on drives and extending drives with his legs in ways that Jimmy Garoppolo just simply is not able to do. And quite frankly, this was the most fun game I have seen from the 49ers this entire season because for the first time, I thought that the offense could actually,
score.
Well, beyond just score. I mean, because they didn't score for a long time, but I felt on every single drive they at least had the chance to. Now, Kyle Shanahan definitely deserves the brunt of the blame for the loss today because I think if he had called better plays in certain situations, and I'm talking about all those fourth downs, sometimes he should have kicked the field goals, and sometimes he should have called different plays on fourth down. But if he had just made slightly better choices, this game could have very easily flip-flopped, and the Niners would have been in better position going on. But two facts, Ronbo. First of all, you look statistically in every single category, rushing and time of possession, all those sorts of things. Niners actually outperformed the Cardinals, except for DeAndre Hopkins. The Niners did not have an answer for DeAndre Hopkins. And the reason why the Cardinals won this game was because DeAndre Hopkins is better than Emmanuel Mosley and is better than all of our cornerbacks. And when they needed him, Kyler Murray found DeAndre Hopkins. He scored the touchdown, got those first downs. This game was highly competitive all the way through. And honestly, it was fun to watch, although all I can say is I want to see more of Trey Lance. One other fact for you. The 49ers punted twice in this game. Yes, they missed on a few fourth downs, but those were all fourth downs in the Cardinals' side of the field. The 49ers punted twice. Once on 4th and 22 from Arizona's 46, and once on 4th and 11 from their own 24-yard line. The 49ers' offense functions so much better with Trey Lance in there than it does, unfortunately, with Jimmy Garoppolo. The way I feel right now is the same way I felt in 2001 when I was playing fantasy football in college, and I watched as Tom Brady went in there and outperformed Drew Brees and said to myself, you know what, this stinks for Drew Brees, who I had on my fantasy team, but Tom Brady is just a better quarterback for the system as it is right now because he's just making better plays at bigger times and opens up the offense. And again, no disrespect to Jimmy Garoppolo, who has played for this team valiantly, took us to a Super Bowl, played through injury, has a tremendous amount of support in the locker room. Trey Lance needs to start going forward if this team wants to make the playoffs and maybe have a puncher's chance at more than that. Get hot late. This defensive line hurried Kyler Murray the way I said they needed to do in order to be competitive in this game, and I was excited and of course disappointed when they finally lost. But Kyle needs to call better plays, and we got to see more of Trey Lance. And I know that's my time.
And you know you will. And good timing on that too, Tony. All right. Tony, we'll be back. Hey, we'll be back tomorrow on Monday Night Raw. All right. Bring the rest too.
Ronbo.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Aloha,
Sounds
Tony.
good.
All right. And Alice. Oh, Les. We'll come back. Jamel. Oh.
Hey, Ronbo. Hey, listen, shout out to Raymond and Tony. Good observations. Hey,
Yeah.
my observation was, we still did good, and we still competitive. That so-called high-octane defense was pretty much held in check. They only put up 17 points.
I know.
And here we are talking about they're going to beat us to death, and they only had 17 points.
Right?
Remember, that 1 year we were like 4 and whatever. We played the so-called high-octane Saints defense. Same thing happened. We lost 17-10, and we went up in New Orleans. We were supposed to be beat to death, and we came up 17-10. We could have won that game, and we could have won that game in Arizona. Same thing. So the boys competed. I think Kyle just needs to open up the playbook, and some of this was on him, in my opinion, because he should have been developing Trey during training camp, and developing him. Maybe we need a better. I don't know, but yeah, he could have did better and develop his throwing. What do you call it? Motor
Mechanics.
skills. Throwing.
Yeah, he's got some.
Yeah,
Hey,
mechanics,
Trey,
right.
and I don't know how. You know what I wonder though, Jamel? Now, the whole coaching staff knows that there's some things he needs to work on as mechanics. I'm not sure did he just get, it's the first game. Did he get nervous? Because they said Deebo Samuel told him, "Okay, man, you looking jittery. You got to calm down. Be you. Just be you." He's got to get past that, and this is why I think Kyle Shanahan is a little concerned about putting him out there before everybody. Everybody wants him out there. Well, a lot of people do. He needs to get to a level where he can walk out on the field, feel confident, so he can refer to all he's learned. Get your mechanics right. Watch the arm. Watch what you're doing. Don't get panicky on the reads. Relax. Take a look. What looks good? And just go for it from there. Because as I see, he kind of looks like a bull in a china shop a lot of the time. And then the other time, all of a sudden, you'll see something brilliant from him. But I think that's why Kyle Shanahan was trying to get as much time from Jimmy as he could. And then Jimmy come up and got hurt. So he had no intention of putting him in there this week or anytime soon fully. In fact, I don't know if Kyle had plans on putting him up there fully all year. But he is raw, and it's clear he's raw. But he's got talent. He's got God-given talent. But it's going to have to be shaped.
Yes, he does.
And it's going to there's some things he's got to fit into. He's got to learn to work within a system. Jamel, you know what? I don't know. Tony says he can run from the pistol and shot. Well, he can do things. He doesn't necessarily have to be under center all the time, like some people think. And Kyle doesn't want you to do that. Kyle wants you to do his offense. That's why he got you. And that's the thing that people are going to struggle with.
I agree 100%. That's why this bye week comes up. That this weekend, everybody rest up and go over film, see what Trey did, what he did wrong, what have you. And, rest up. Everybody rest up, and then look who we got next. We got the Colts.
Yeah,
And then,
it's like, do not lose to that team.
God. No, we cannot. So yes, so I can talk trash to my brother Race because that's his squad. And so and then we get
family members with teams we play.
Right, yeah.
Oh God! All right, Jamel.
Chicago.
You're gonna get a chance to laugh at him soon. I'm gonna see you tomorrow, Jamel.
Yeah.
All right, appreciate you waiting too.
All right,
fam.
All right,
Have a
no
great
problem.
day.
Yeah,
All right.
good night.
And let's go check out Casey.
Yo, Ronbo. What's thinking, man?
Casey, we're having this discussion 3 weeks in a row. We've not did that in a long time. Casey, what did you take from this game?
Well, you know what, man? I just want to know what kind of over-the-counter meds they got in Hawaii, man. Tony's always in just a real good mood when he calls in, man.
That's just Tony's disposition. That's who he is.
Tony's handing out juice. You know, he's just happy to be here. I love that attitude,
Hey,
Ronbo.
you know what?
When I call,
Hawaii's like that. I think most people are in a good mood in Hawaii. It's a great place to be.
yeah, but when I unmute myself there, to harass the person harassing other people, I just switch. That's a one-time thing, man. I don't know why you wouldn't put that guy at the back of the line, man, because I know how it works. You can't be blocking everybody because you get people calling in with different numbers and stuff all the time, and you don't want to just start blocking people.
Yeah,
So,
and also I understand people are angry tonight. I mean, people just PO'd, so I can't get mad at that. But Casey, before your time runs out here, what are you thinking? Give me some stuff about this game.
Rumble, I'm a poker player. I'm a 12-year professional poker player. And I read Trey on the sideline after that interception, and I really like what I see because I see a player who knows what he's capable of and knows where he's at and doesn't get too hard on himself. I love Trey's family. I love his parents. I love his dad. I think
his mom was a show in itself. She wouldn't look sometimes.
I'd love to buy his dad a beer. I'd love to just sit and talk with his dad.
Yeah.
And, so I like what I see out of Trey. He's a rookie quarterback, and I like watching Trey scramble so much, Ronbo, that it erases pain from the times I've had to watch Jimmy's 2 left feet. I just get so happy when I see a quarterback that can scramble and look downfield. But, this offense has no identity, and when it doesn't work, it looks like it's college. And
good point.
offensive coordinator hasn't done anything to help him this year.
Yeah.
And what that caller said is if Shanahan wasn't named Shanahan, if this guy's name was Kyle Korver, or something, we would be calling for Kyle Korver's head right now. and the 49ers are stuck with Kyle and Trey for the next 4 years. So they got to write this out. And
he'll get better.
Kyle's lost. He's playing football, man. I don't know.
No,
he goes for that 4th down in the first quarter, and then he kicks the field goal. With 4 minutes left, what is he thinking?
I tell you something. You know what the bottom line is? Kyle really needs for you to work from the pocket. This is what he does. Now, all the other Trey's other abilities, Kyle wants that, but he wants you first to orchestrate that offense from the offense because they've done a lot of work on that offense down through the years to get it where it is. So if the play breaks down, okay, take off. But in the meantime, Kyle wants you to orchestrate for that offense. So when you don't do that, you see Kyle's face? Most of the time during the day, he was like, he may have appreciated some of those runs, but I start wondering, Pyle, I know you don't like that. Then why do you RPO him? Okay, that.
You know what you think? I just don't see a hunger out of Kyle. I don't see him passionate. I think there's something deeper where Kyle's had this thing go on where, he feels bad about, Jimmy right now, where he's not happy. He wanted to win a Super Bowl with Jimmy. Kyle wants to get out there and play with everybody. I heard him in the week with Matt Mayoko. He said, I haven't played against J.J. Watt in a while or something. When was the last time you played against J.J. Watt? Kyle wants to be out there. But I think there's a deeper subconscious thing where he is playing losing football, and he's got to do soul-searching, man, because there's no identity with this team right now. They're not a power run. They're not a hard-hitting defense.
And that's what you get.
They don't have anything going for them.
And that's just get what certain people are missing. That's what the bad thing, Casey. Bad thing about Kyle's, his whole offensive machine is like a car. You can't run with the distributor cap or ignition parts missing. The whole car's got to be running in tune. Spark plugs can't be missing. This is what worries me about his offense. You can't plug and play.
They got bad alignment right now.
Yes, tires got to be rotated. Casey, we got to go.
Yeah, man.
Casey, let me see them all on Raw and see
Ronbo,
what develops.
I tell you what, man. If we come back from the bye week and you don't have that starter jacket on, Ronbo, I'm never calling in again, man.
I'm going to put it on. I should have put it on today. I was scared. I'm scared of the Cardinals, Casey. I'm not anymore, though. I can see they're human. All right. Talk to you later. Hey, Chris.
Hey, can you hear me, Ronbo?
Can hear you, Chris. Come on in.
Okay. All right. Anyways, sounds like I might be the only one who's actually encouraged by the game. I haven't listened to the whole show, but it seems like most people are pretty down on what happened. I actually expected us to lose by a lot more than what we did.
I agree.
I thought that what I saw was pretty encouraging, I mean, our defense held down their offense a lot better than I expected.
I'm still shocked.
They kept Kyler Murray contained, which we've had so much trouble with in the past. And if our defense keeps up that level of play, we'll have a good chance to win quite a few football games, regardless of which quarterback we go forward with.
True.
And with that being said, I would like to point out that some people saying that Jimmy would have, definitely won the game or whatever, and he definitely could have won that game, but he also could have lost it. Of course, Trey Lance did lose the game, but he could have won it too. He was playing well enough that he could have won the game. So it's kind of like the same difference.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the same difference, but with Jimmy, he kind of is what he is, and I think he's actually a pretty good quarterback. But with Trey Lance, with him in there and him playing, even if we lose, the team gets better because he gets the experience, which makes him better, for further down the line. With Jimmy, it's win or lose, the team's going to pretty much stay the same as it is now, or at least the offense is. And that's kind of how I look at it, and that's why I would like to see Trey Lance play more going forward. But I'm pretty sure that most likely Jimmy will be back after the bye week. And, I mean, I do understand that because it's kind of like what have you done for me lately? I heard people saying, that's how they look at it, which translates to you need to win now. So even if Jimmy only gives you a 5 or 10% better chance, then you go with him so that you have a better chance to win now. But I think in the long run, we would get more mileage out of these games that we're playing if we let Lance, get some experience in. But anyways, that's kind of how I feel about the game tonight. It was really encouraging. I love what I saw from the defense. Trey Lance needs a lot of work to get better. And we'll just have to see who we go forward with. But either way, I think we can win games as long as our defense keeps up what it did tonight.
Because there's no excuse for 49ers scoring less than 17 points. So absolutely right. All right, Chris. All right, let's see you tomorrow if you got some time for us.
All right, yeah. If I have some time, I'll stop by. Thanks,
I'm looking forward. All right, Chris. And Ellis, are you ready, Ellis? I heard it sound. Ellis? Ellis may be having a connection problem of some kind. Hey, Nate.
Hello.
Nate. Nate, we're short and sweet after the game time. Nate, give me some observations on your feelings on this game, Nate. What are you thinking?
I like Trey Lance, man. I think he's explosive, not enough experience. I think that we could have kicked some field goals to make the game a little closer.
Oh, God, yes.
I think that we missed out on some points, and they say in the NFL never chase points, right? So, and we could have, at that point, would have been up 13-7.
I think it would the strategy of the Cardinals would have been a little bit different. They would have put more. They would have put themselves more at risk to making different play calls. I think that
you shift the dynamic.
Would have had.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah,
you change things. If you score, now they're going to do things differently. They never looked like they were pressed. Did they ever look like they were scared? Well, one moment they did look scared. The Cardinals I saw on the sideline, and if you look at the faces, they did look a little concerned. Chandler Jones was all pissed off. Kyler Murray looked like somebody peed on him. They just had a look. Kyler, I understand his arm was hurting, but what was wrong with Chandler Jones? He was mad because he couldn't grab Lance like he wanted to.
Yeah, because now they got him. It's a different dynamic with him out there.
Yeah.
And you seen that throw he made with Ayuk, right? On that corner, that one sideline throw. Perfect throw, right?
Perfect, right?
Yes. I don't think
Ayuk's,
Jimmy would have made that throw. Not that
Ayuk
kind of
made
throw.
a great catch, too. That hands, that's a one-handed catch, actually. Because the dude was holding the other side, which the refs, of course, I didn't see him hold him. Yeah, oh, come on, ref. God, they killed me.
So, what's your idea? Do you see playoffs? I don't see him going into the playoffs right now. What I see is like we're missing a number 1 draft pick. What we can do is maybe see what we can get for Armstead, at this point. But I don't know who's going to want to pick up the contract. So the thing is, we can trade Armstead, get an extra second-round pick there, and then we can maybe use 2-round picks to jump back in the late first round.
You know what?
To
Actually,
get ourselves a wide receiver, a deep threat that we need. That would even help Jimmy Garoppolo.
You know what? There's nobody out there. I don't know who to be going after. There's just nobody out there now. They let them all go. There was 2 in the draft, 2 or 3 in the draft. What am I saying? That dude Chase over in Cincinnati, that's a bad boy. And there were some other guys that could have got.
CeeDee Lamb, because we got ourselves. Yeah, CeeDee Lamb was out there too, and now look at Dak Prescott doing well with him out there throwing the ball. They're 4-1 right now because he has a wide receiver, he has a playmaker, he has somebody who who the defense has to respect, and speed-wise, deep threats. And
if you got that kind of player, just one more guy, because Debo's already that other guy. Debo is a bad man.
Yes, he is. He is that other guy. We just need that one that can take the top off, and then having not Kittle's out with the calf injury, right? So now they put him on injury reserve. So now he's out for 3 weeks, and he has to stay out for 3 games, though. He has to because he's on the IR.
Yep. So he won't be back.
He can't come back if he gets healthier. So, well, Jimmy doesn't look like the guy that's going to want to come back. And Trey Lance I think he should just stay the full season and just see not see what we can do. I believe that he will keep growing, just like Justin Fields is growing out in Chicago.
Hey, did they win that game?
I think we drafted the right guy.
Did the Bears win?
Yes, they did, I think. I can look, but I think they did.
They were leading when I watched for a few minutes. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to see what Kyle's going to do. Clearly, Kyle is more comfortable with Jimmy. That's the thing. And he doesn't have to. Trey has a lot of things he's got to catch up on. So, yeah, they already announced before the game started that Jimmy's going to be cleared for after the bye week. So, but that's not contingent, though, on how fast Trey can learn, because Trey's still going to come out on the field, I'm pretty sure. The minute it looks like he's fully adept to what Kyle's talking about, it'll probably be the switch might be made then, unless Jimmy catches on fire.
I'm proud of Trey today, man. I'm proud of Trey. I'm proud of Trey Lance today. He did well, and we got a future, with him. We got a future, and I'm happy. He's definitely confident to be the quarterback. He's playing hard, but he's playing to get injured, and he's got to be careful. That's Carson Wentz style. Remember, he went out with that knee injury, never came back.
Ooh, there's a comparison. Playing Carson Wentz football. Yeah, you know what? He doesn't like to slide, and he forgets he's not back at North Dakota State. You're not bigger than everybody else anymore. Trey, just be cautious. Man. Yeah. What are they teaching him, though?
Man to slide.
See, this is what I'm talking about, Fat. What are they teaching Trey in practice? He should know he's supposed to slide. Why doesn't he know that? Why is he not doing it? I don't know. We'll see what they do. But they got to teach him some
It's
things.
it's his ego. He wants to win as bad as we all do. He wants to win. He wants to be the quarterback.
We
He
don't
wants to
want
be the
him-
top guy.
We don't want him an ACL or something crazy like that in his rookie year because of something like that, though. There's things you have to be careful of in the NFL. People get carried off in that wagon, all day long, all over the NFL. You got to be careful. Wherever you can take care of yourself, take care of yourself, Then we got to go, though.
We got to say, I know, but Nick Bosa, what a day, right? 2 sacks.
Right. Bosa, a sack a week. He's got 5.
Yeah, we need to. Yeah, he's doing great. Yeah. All right, man. Have a good
All right.
night.
See you
49ers
tomorrow.
all day, living it like the Walking Dead. 49ers, baby.
I love it. All right, man. Have a great night.
All right.
And Tony, Atlanta. Tony.
Ronbo, how are you this evening?
Well, Tony, I'm feeling a lot of misery and pain and suffering. Because, Tony, we can't buy a win all of a sudden. And it's become very painful, especially when you lose like we've been losing. Like, I don't care what anybody says. We should have beat the Packers. The Seahawks, we start off the game, Jimmy goes down and scores on them almost the easiest time I've ever seen him score. And then somebody drops on his leg. What kind of luck is this? So then now, here we go today, and the defense looked marvelous out there. Marvelous. Holding that team to 17 points. We got it right where we want to. All right, let's go. So, offense, all we got to do is score 21 or so. We got this. And we couldn't get 21 or so. So, we
Your
have a bad
defense
time.
balled out.
They look good.
Your defense balled. I saw the whole game. Y'all balled out. I mean, you can only do what you can do when you're on the field that long. But your defense balled. They stopped the great A.J. Green.
Yes.
They held the Hopkins in check for most of the game.
Yep.
Pretty much. They did a good job. And
They did.
they curtailed Kyler Murray. They didn't let him get outside.
Had him over there rubbing his arm. His face was all frowned up. I got a kick out of whoever trainer was. They rolled his sleeve down. He kept reading the iPad, and they're rubbing it, massaging him, and he ain't paying him no attention. Guy rolls his sleeve back up, puts his other sleeve back down, and walks away. That's massaging him. You need more than massaging helping him, none. But go ahead. You all right? Her kid made me laugh so hard. But go ahead. Tony, what do you think?
Ronbo, I want to tell any of your callers, because I've heard a couple of them say it, and the people in the chat, guys, stop it with the Jimmy stuff. Jimmy wouldn't have did nothing. And this is no disrespect to Trey because he's developing like you and I talked. Jimmy would have won this ball game.
I kind of pretty sure too. Yeah.
Jimmy wouldn't have did nothing but get sacked and all that. Stop it. They just need to stop it, man.
Jimmy's lost to that team. Jimmy's lost to that team one time. If there's 2 teams he can beat, it's the Rams and the Cardinals. So you know what? That's fine. Trey needed the experience. I want him to win the game, though. I didn't know the defense was going to come out and play like they did. That's what shocked me. So, yeah.
Yeah, both was the man. Hey, and what's the record now? 7-29 when Garoppolo stopped playing. 7-29.
No.
Enough said.
That's why.
Enough said.
And you know what's so funny? Tony, that's going to be a real big problem because at the end of the year, I'm sure Jim's going to win a few more games. Now, they're going to try to trade him or whatever they're going to do. At this point, they have to because of the cap situation. You can't extend him next year. He's got to go. So it's going to be interesting. Jimmy leaves and Kyle, they're like, 34, 35 and whatever. It's going to be interesting to see what happens next. This is interesting.
I think some of your people are turning on your head coach too, Ronbo.
Oh,
Kyle!
Tony, he's getting shot at because Jimmy ain't played today, so they give all the shots at Kyle now. Oh my God!
Yeah, and it's funny, Ronbo. Like I was telling you, how we have a lot in common. How the fans do Jimmy and how my fans do Matt Ryan. The last 3 weeks, I ain't heard a peep of none of these Matt Ryan haters. Not one peep. Matt Ryan's thrown 11 touchdowns and no interceptions. Where y'all at? I ain't heard nothing. Today, Matt Ryan joined the 5,000 yard completion club, which is just him Roethlisberger and Phillip Rivers. And then he also passed Eli Manning to move into 8th place on the all-time passing yards list.
It takes
Matt Ryan
skills.
keeps doing his thing.
Yeah, it takes skills to do that. If Jimmy comes in and listen, Tony, the hate for Jimmy Garoppolo is deep. If he comes in and wins 5 in a row, they will still hate him. It ain't gonna matter, you know. So it's
I won't say nothing.
Yeah, Jimmy should go. The larger part of the fan base just doesn't like him, so he needs to go where he's appreciated. So actually, I'm gonna feel good for him when he leaves. I just hope we can keep winning though after he leaves, you know. So we'll find out.
And you know, Trey's going to develop because he's got I love his arm, Ronbo.
He will.
I love that kid's arm. I saw a couple of balls that he zoomed in there today in a small window. Zip, got it right in there.
He has those moments. That's why you know he needs further development because and rightfully so. When he got here, he's only been in the league for a few weeks, a few months, I should say, and after not playing football last year. So he'll be all right. He'll be all right. We'll see how good he is. I don't know.
Ronbo, how come your IU can't get deep, Ronbo? Because IU had some flashes today, but how come he can't get deep on routes? What's the deal with IU?
I wish I knew. Somebody said he's still rehabbing. Tony, we're going to go, though. I'll be back for Raw tomorrow. Hope you got some time for us. All right?
Yes, sir. And Larry Hoover, no Ray DeCarlos, no Don Burr in the chat tonight.
Yes.
I wonder why.
Because they suck.
Yeah.
Oh, God. And the
Take
Hawks
care,
came in and
Ronbo.
made a business.
Larry Hoover and Ray DeCarlos, they lost. If y'all listening, y'all lost at home to a rookie in your own house.
I love it.
Have a good night, Ronbo.
All right, Tony. Oh, God.
Take care.
You too. And is that Elliot? Elliot.
Ronbo.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Ronbo.
Hello.
What's up, boy?
Losing.
Hey, it's been a minute, bro. It's been a minute. My son was like, bro, you got to get back on Ronbo. What you doing? I said, I'm going to get back on, man. I just been in my feelings. Hey, I know we got to make this short and sweet. So this is what I'm going to say, Ronbo.
All right.
Honestly, it's like 3 different things I think is really plaguing us. One, at the end of the day, it's injuries to the most important people that we need to have on the field to win these games. Correct. Greenlaw, Kinlaw. They need to be out there on the defense. Garoppolo, say what you want. Garoppolo, Kittles, and especially Mostert. He about to make me go out there and come to his house in a minute. If that boy get hurt one more time. Bruh, those guys. And then, we got a dude that we need so bad. He want to talk about stretching the field. His name is Hurd, but he can't get on the field.
Oh, I forgot about him, Elliot. Yes, Hurd.
I know. Like, can we please get him on the field some way, somehow? I don't care which way we Jesus, give him that same antidote that they gave LT and any given Sunday and get him on the field. Because Jesus Christ, this man can't play a game, man. And he hurting my soul. That's one. Two, real quickly, discipline. And that's on both sides of the field. I'm sorry, Josh Norman is a walking flag. He's a walking flag. He's still playing like it's 2001. Bro, if you don't get with the times, then get off the field. I'm not even a fan of Dante Johnson. But put him on the field instead of this dude. Because this dude is just doing nothing but old school stuff and just getting called for everything. And then when you got to understand this, when you keep on being like a certain type of team, for 3 weeks we've been undisciplined on defense with these flags on the cornerbacks. Okay, the refs are looking for this at this point. They're actually paying attention because this is what you do. This is your calling card.
Mm-hmm.
So everything we do, they're going to call us for everything. Every single thing. Offense, come on, man. Okay, I love my dude McGlinchey, but I'm sorry. I'm going to just be honest. It's time for him to go, bro.
This is contract
he's
year.
not even.
Oh no, I
Bro,
think they extended him.
And that's
Did
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. He ain't even showing up in his contract year. Bro, you are embarrassing this myself. I still feel the same way. Hey, he's still playing out of position. Flip Trent Williams and put him on the other side. Let's see if Trent Williams would be the best right tackle in the game. And he was,
No.
That
you know
never
what?
happened.
Somebody said that, and was that you, Elliot? Yeah, I'd like to see him on the left side, maybe once or twice. I want to know if that theory is right. Is he a better left tackle than he is a right tackle?
He is. He's not a strong side tackle. He's a left weak side tackle. Everybody can make the transition. But if that's what he's going to be for us, then he got to go. And that's just the end of the story. You know what I'm saying? And lastly, when it comes to Kyle Shanahan, I think that his play calling is just like it's out of bounds, man. You can't keep having 3rd and 1 and you're throwing the ball, or you're starting Juszczyk as your running back and keep giving him the ball against the Packers. You can't have this dude Trey Lance. You keep going for 4th down. At some point, bro, just kick the ball. The defense is playing. Just kick the ball. Give yourself a chance. You going for it on 4th and 10, 4th and 5. It's like, what the hell? And we on the other side of the 50. So it's just like,
Elliot, you know,
it's a pleasure thing, bro.
Let me ask you this before we run out of time. Did Kyle look uncomfortable to you? Kyle, he's not ready for Trey. He's really not. And he looked like it at times.
Ain't ready for this.
Yeah, and Kyle looked like he was trying to figure out what to do. I really think he was confused. He's going to have to change that, though, because if Trey's the guy, Kyle, you've got to fit with him. So, you don't run Trey like that. That was dangerous.
Yeah, that was bad. And then somebody please tell Trey Lance, when you get to the goal line, can you please dive for the power line? Please dive for the power. Do not try to run through 3 tackles. Dive for the power line. Dive over somebody. Do the hurdle. I don't care. Do something. Do not just think you're 6-something super strong and going to run through 3 guys. It's not happening.
Well, he found out.
It's a learning lesson for him.
Yeah, he learned. He's some big dudes. So,
he
he'll
learned
get it.
the hard way. He learned
scary.
the hard way. But let's just get Josh Norman off the field,
Right.
and let's just probably start going back to calling some plays that's not so predictable and have some counter plays. Because last thing I want to say, I know I got to go. I want to say this one play that really killed me. When Juszczyk went in for the 4th and 1. All right, we just did that last week. You saw the defense jump because they was ready for it. They was already prepared for that.
Mm-hmm.
Have a counter.
like
Run up to that dang on thing, get the ball, hit them with a hard count. They probably would have jumped.
They ran out of plays.
Or toss it out to Trey Lance and Elijah Smith and let them do an option play. We'd have got that 1 yard off that. But we just did the same. So you're making yourself predictable out here, and you got to stop doing that.
We got to go, fam. I'm gonna look for you tomorrow. I hope you got some time for us. We ain't talked to you in a long time. I'll be back tomorrow.
I know, man. I'm working hard out here at Chrysler, man. They got us on 7 days. You know what I'm saying? But my Texas said Hercules. So I got to do what I got to do. But I'm gonna try my best to get back in with you, and I'm gonna try to get my son in here too, because he's been wanting to get in with you too.
Yeah, and I want to hear from him too.
Right now, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, indeed.
But I love you, boy. Stay doing what you're doing, man. I'm glad to have spoken with you, and I'll see you again later, all right?
We miss you, Elliot. All right, fam. Have a great night.
All right. Yeah.
And let's see what Daniel Serrano has to say. Daniel says, we like to love Jimmy, but you can't love what's not there. It's like having a girlfriend or a wife that never is at home, right? Jimmy hurts us in many ways, such as not being available to compete and a waste of time. Yeah, that is a problem, though. Jimmy does somehow end up getting hurt. Ellis. I think Ellis is like...
Ronbo, can you come back to me? I'm just about to walk into the stove, fam.
Okay, go ahead.
Can you come back to me?
Okay.
Appreciate it.
And hey, Steven.
What's up, Ronbo?
Steven, you know what's up, man. Short and sweet after the game. Steven, give me some of what you got here, man. What are you thinking?
All right, so first of all, I think this game was great for Trey Lance. Honestly, I mean, if you're going to cut your teeth with any kind of team, why not do it against the best team arguably in the NFL currently right now, holding a 5-0 record, trouncing the LA Rams. I keep thinking St. Louis Rams, but they switched. But you know what? Overall, Trey Lance, he's got to work on that throw. Not only is it too strong, he overthrows, but that thing's a duck going in the air. I mean, we're talking about this football being a practical Olympic gymnast at this point. This ball is doing flips, corkscrews, everything. I give him praise for doing what he did today. You know, I give him praise for running it down the hole, basically risking his helmet. The kid's got a lot of fight, and I appreciate that. But you know, it's going to get him hurt. Now, I also got to say, I got to thank him for keeping us in the game. I mean, look at that score. Look at that score, honestly. Josh Norman, yeah, I kind of agree. You know, he's still playing like he's in 2001. But worst of all is Dante Johnson guarding D-Hop. You put Dante Johnson on D-Hop, that's the biggest mistake you've ever made.
Suicide.
Because look at what happened. Look at what happened. He pulled the train on the 49ers defense every time. It's like the whole Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers thing all over again. But overall, Ronbo, I think if Jimmy G sits out this next game, I think Trey Lance is going to have it. I think Trey Lance is actually going to do good.
No, they already announced.
This was a good experience for him.
They already
he
announced
got his
before the
welcome to
game.
the NFL hit. Yeah.
No, I was just saying, they already announced Jimmy's going to be cleared after the bye week. So, yeah. You know, we need to bring Trey Lance along. Listen, do you remember Deshaun Kaiser?
Mm-hmm.
He came out of college looking like a ball of fire. Trey got exposed to some things today. I don't know. I think he's supported by a cast that could keep him right. You don't want him starting to doubt himself. You know, too many bad experiences in a row is not good for a rookie. There's some things he needs to work on, just like you just mentioned. Work on them. The season, there's no extreme hurry. You know what I mean? It's not necessary to rush him.
And you know what? I got to say this. McGlinchey got dominated. I mean, right now, McGlinchey, J.J. Watt owns McGlinchey at this point. And it hurts to say that because McGlinchey was doing pretty damn decent this season. But that performance against J.J. Watt, an all-pro bowler, if that's what we're going to see from McGlinchey, man, just sit him the rest of this season. I mean, honestly, J.J. Watt just sneezed and McGlinchey fell over.
You know, Steven, you got to get ready, too. As long as you got that kind of quarterback, they're going to have to train to actually protect and work with a style of quarterback that they're not used to that. None of the offensive linemen were. So it's going to be something they have to work on. All those flags, we almost set a record today. So.
Oh, yeah, easily. But you know what I also noticed? Is that with the mobile QB like Trey Lance, what we were drawing a lot of was defensive fouls.
Yeah, it works both ways. We did get quite a few PIs and guys doing other things, but our holding, you get called for holding a lot, unless Trey's got to get rid of that ball. Yeah. He may scramble, but hurt him get rid of that ball. Otherwise, our offensive linemen are going to get called.
And you know what? That interception he threw, his first interception, I'll be honest with you. If he would have just aimed it a little bit lower, that would have been highlight reel. That would have been an immediate highlight reel for Trey Lance. But like I said, I mean, this is his first actual all-star game. I mean, his real first NFL start. I don't really count, the other ones because he played a half, a few plays here and there. This is his first real NFL game. And I think he did pretty damn decent for a rookie QB. He did better than most of the other QBs. Yeah. Let's be real. Justin Fields, Jack Wilson, Mac Jones.
Yeah, they were killed.
He outdid him.
Yeah. We still got to get that speedy guy to run down the field. I don't want my quarterbacks, whether it's Jimmy or Trey, but it's too late now for this year for Jimmy. But if that guy's speeding down the field, Trey takes 3 seconds. That guy's already down the field. Let that thing fly. He'll run under it. This is the guy I'm dreaming about. We don't have it. We got good receivers, but they're possession receivers. We'll get it, though. All right, Steven, we'll see you tomorrow, fam. All right.
All right, Ronbo. See you tomorrow night.
All right.
Peace.
We go back to now. I see a J and a J. Oh, it's a JJ. JJ. You okay?
Hi, Ronbo.
Yeah. Oh, JJ. Hold on a second. I'm getting pointed all different directions here. Tobin Ernst says heading for last place again with Kyle. Yay. Thanks for your contribution. Hey, go ahead, JJ. More Jimmy, WTF. Wait, hold on a second. Okay, one thing at a time. I'm gonna more Jimmy, WTF. Are we doing? We stink. All right. Thanks, Tobin. All right, JJ, you're up. I'm sorry.
I ain't got nothing to say, and I'm gone.
JJ, who does that? Somebody did that. Is he serious? Is he really gone? No, it's Trez does that. Tobin says, Trey needs to play and learn to throw. I have faith. Yeah. But sometimes you don't want to do both at the same time. He needs to work on that on practice still. You can't practice every week during games. I hope it gets ironed down soon. It shouldn't be a monumental problem to not overcome. Hey, Alice! Alice may not be ready yet either. All right, let's give him another.
What's up, Ronbo?
All right.
On, let's get it up with it.
All right. Alice, give us your not your evaluations on this contest.
No. Can you hear me?
Yeah, clearly.
Okay. Yeah, it was just choppy when you was talking, but clearly that's the cell phone. Defense played A+ ball. Then the offense played C-, almost D ball. And offense as a whole, we had too many costly penalties on the offensive side of the ball. Clearly, there was a lot of like the motion. Things did not look as comfortable. And I mean, it was kind of expected, but not at the same time, because you would think that, Kyle would have had this stuff kind of managed a little bit better and had things looking a little more crisp. When Trey's rolling out on one side of the field, he locks into that one side of the field. And what they need to start doing is letting him know that there's always going to be somebody wide open on the opposite side of the field. That's how you really get teams by surprise. That's how Russell Wilson has effed us over so many times. He runs left, he runs right, he goes and he throws to the. That's part of surveying the field and
drawing,
knowing what's going on
and drawing the defense exactly.
Yeah, somebody's wide open, and a lot of the times, and I've been saying it, Kyle Juszczyk is wide open underneath almost every play that he is in. After he's done blocking and he does his assignment, unless he has to stick to a block, he is wide open. Ross Durrelli is 6'5". Throw the damn ball up. If you're going to throw high, throw it high to Ross Durrelli.
Yeah.
He's 6'5". He's going to jump the ball. Nobody's going to out-jump him. The corners are half his size. You know what I mean? The secondary is pretty much half his size, and he will catch the ball. But again, this is Trey's first time starting, so I don't want to be overly critical of him because, look at what Kyler Murray did for 2 years. He played for the Sooners. Okay, he played against a top talent. He was the #1 draft pick, and he played like shit for 2 years. So all y'all that's in here talking about Trey, you need to go sit down, because as much as you're trying to critique he only played this many games and he only played in this conference and this conference. Okay, well, Kyler Murray played like shit for 2 years. So how about that? And it took him until now to really start playing well. He started getting good towards, the end of the second season, and he's progressed and he's gotten better. Now he's playing good. But he was looking, I mean, we were the kryptonite of the damn Arizona Cardinals today.
Yeah. He looked bad today.
Yeah, we were their kryptonite. They looked average. They looked Seattle Seahawk-ish. Okay?
Didn't they? They did.
So Yeah, we gave them the damn game. That's 3 games in a row that we gave to the other team that we still had the opportunity to win. But, because of costly decision-making and, inconsistencies, it ended up not working into our favor. You know what I mean?
I do know, and I really wish they'd snap out of this funk. Ellis, we're gonna go. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna look for you tomorrow on Raw, and I can't wait to see what they say about us tomorrow. Oh, it's gonna be nasty.
Yeah, I gotta get. Well, they're not going to be talking too bad about us because they whooped on everybody else and they still only beat us by 7 points, and we still could have beat them. If at least one of those 3 possessions we could have gotten the end zone in the beginning, this game would have been a win for us, if not, a sure win for us. So this is nothing to get discouraged about. Nothing to get discouraged about. I'm just, it's all good though. Peace and love, brother Ronbo. And F the media and F anybody who's got anything to say who doesn't know how to analyze football correctly, man. Y'all need to.
You don't know how to analyze football. You
step it up, bro. Hey, tell your girl I said hello. But anyway, peace and love, brother Ronbo. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe, man. It's Sounding for Life. And shout out to the guy who sounds like he's talking with his head in the toilet bowl. Peace.
Boy, we're nasty tonight. All right, Ellis. See you tomorrow. Oh God. 704 North Carolina. 704 NC.
Hello?
Yes. And who is this?
This is Grady.
Grady?
I'm calling from North Carolina.
Grady, right? Grady?
Yeah, Grady, like our Sanford or something.
Well, Grady, come on. Yeah, Grady. Well, Grady, what did you take from this game that I don't know. Grady, honestly, I said we was going to win the game because I never say we're going to lose. I can't stand to say that. But I was scared to death, and the defense said, ain't no need to be scared. We got these dudes right where we want them. And the defense came in and did something I wasn't expecting. Defense so good that I was like, had hope down to the last minute. But, Grady, what did you take from this game?
My wife and I are big fans of the 49ers, and I took away from it that I think Cal overthunk himself on a lot of the play calling. I think it was a lot of on that 4th and goal. I think we should have kicked the field goal instead of going for
the TD
for the 4th down. That would I think we should have punted on one time, but we should have kicked the field goal on one.
Or go ahead and do the sneak.
Yeah, we was close.
Don't get cute. You running Trey around there, you go get him killed coming around that corner like that. So, I don't know.
Yeah, and then we just got to teach Trey how to stretch the ball out when he get close to the goal line and don't take those big hits.
Or run to the pylon. So, normally he beats them, Grady. As they come around that corner, he normally beats everybody to that pylon, right or left side. So, this time...
Yeah, he usually do.
Yeah. So I'm not... Man.
I don't think hope lost for us. Sitting at 2-3, I think we got the bye week, and we got a little cushion in our schedule, which I hope, going to Indy and Chicago playing good ball.
I know.
Hopefully we can get on a run. Hopefully we get who do Arizona play next?
Isn't it time for them to play? We're playing what division are we playing this year? Are we playing the NFC South?
The AFC West. Are we playing the whole AFC West?
I don't think so. Not the AFC West.
Chicago, Green Bay. Yeah.
No, the AFC.
We're playing that division. We played the Lions. We played the Packers. We got the Bears coming up. It's the NFC North.
Yeah, NFC North.
So it's time for them to think about playing the Packers, who are doing pretty well,
Yeah.
So, yeah. They're not going undefeated, Grady. The Cardinals going to get beat. They still got beat today.
Yeah, we had a bit. I went in all hope thinking I was scared of last week's game against Seattle because I knew that game could have went either way. But
always does.
I just knew we was gonna win today. I had hopes that we would win today, and I don't know if Jimmy could have done as much or better than what Trey did, but Our defense held up, man. Until,
Yeah, the defense. One thing we can't be sure of. Yeah, that defense they look good.
I wish they
shocked.
stopped calling all those holding calls on Josh Norman, though, man, because it's a lot of stuff that it's like every play. And then number 69, that's all you heard all night on McGlinchey.
Grady, he's a run blocker. Don't ask him to protect too long. But when it comes to run blocking, he's your guy. But if he's supposed to protect, he is. You got 2 seconds, and after that, I don't know. And then you got Trey running around. Now you're asking him to go into a place he's never been before. He was like Star Trek out there, going where no man has ever gone before. I said, dude, Mike, oh my
but the
God.
defense wasn't. The defense wasn't ready for that, though. That's why we should have cashed in on it. That's why I say Kyle should have. I question some of the play calling today from Kyle. I mean, it's like Arizona was reading some of the plays, man, before they even happened.
It worked early on, though. Trey was able to get away with a few things early on that they didn't even see coming. And then they seemed to settle into it, put a little more pressure on, But Trey was still able to manipulate that defense. So,
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
And we got him again in what, 4 or 5 weeks? We got him again in what, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, or something like that?
I'm not sure. It's got to be somewhere in there, though. It's not that long away. I think you're right.
I think we got him again in like 5 weeks.
I don't think it's that long.
Yeah, when we come back off the bye, I think it's like 3 more weeks after
3 weeks
that or
after,
something like that.
Yeah, and they got to come to They got to come to Santa Clara. So.
But I think we'll be all right, Ronbo. I think we get I don't know if I don't think Trey done enough to take Jimmy's spot, but Jimmy gonna have to come in full steam ahead when he come back in.
Yeah, because we got to start winning some games. This doesn't make sense. The defense plays like that, and Kyle, known for his offensive genius, is struggling. No. Anyway.
He got out coached by Kingsbury.
And Vance, what's his name on the other side? It'll fix itself. Vance Joseph, yeah. All right, great. Hey, Grady, nice to meet you, fam.
Trey Lance father and Vance Joseph look alike.
They do, don't they? They got that same kind of shaped face. And did you see the moms was killing me. Moms was sitting down with her hands over her face half the time. I said, poor mom.
Especially when he took that hit at the goal line.
Oh, mamas are not supposed to actually attend football games.
No.
Because your son is going to take some licks. And you got to sit there and worry.
Yeah, he is.
Ooh. Anyway, great to meet you.
I appreciate your show, man. I appreciate your show. My wife.
Thanks.
We love you.
We love you.
Shucks. Thanks. I love y'all back. Listen,
We've been listening to you for about 2 or 3 years.
That's wonderful. Listen, I'm going to be back tomorrow. And if y'all got time, we'll be in here looking for you. All right?
We will do.
All right.
We'll do.
All right, Grady. Have a great evening. All right.
All right, thank you. And go Niners.
Yes.
We're going to be okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ronbo.
You're so welcome.
Right,
Appreciate
take care, man.
You too. Night.
All right, thank you.
And let's go and check out, Chris. Chris? Frank.
Hey, this Romo?
Sure is. Frank, go ahead, man. What's up?
What's going on, dog? I ain't talked to you in a minute.
Yes, everybody's mad as could be. And, we're sitting here taking a little bit short and sweet after the game so we can try to get everybody in. I don't know about how many are left. But, Frank, go ahead. What are you thinking?
Yeah, probably not 2 minutes. Listen, I'm always on your hump on the chat and all that, so I just want to say all that just to keep everything real. And it's just the type of thing, man, is, just being real serious, man. Like the last 2 or 3 times I called in the last year or so, man, it just seemed like when people call other callers haters and other fans haters about Jimmy or Kyle Shanahan, even in a loss, everybody try to hide behind things like that. But the fact remains is that Kyle Shanahan, like I said to you last year, or before this season started, that Kyle Shanahan is he's had his chance. For some dumb reason, Jeff York gave him an extension that he didn't earn, and and another thing I keep hearing on the thing that Kyle Shanahan playbook is too complicated. Well, if he's so much of a guru, bro, he would sit there and not make things complicated. To me, to say that Kyle Shanahan is making his playbook too complicated, it's just another excuse to say he don't know what he's doing. Because because you're not using your talent. I heard this from a few callers. If you sitting there and got gadget plays half in your playbook, that means you only got one hot receiver that's all. That's what a hot receiver means. You got one play. He just aiming to that and hoping he can fool half of the defense with a bunch of garbage. You know what I mean? While we wasting our talent, people like George Kittle, people like our wide receivers, they can't get 800-yard plus a season because Kyle's so busy doing these gadget plays instead of going vertical. And so far as Jimmy G and so far, how I feel about Jimmy G, he's a good game manager. He was Tom Brady's backup. He's still a backup, and we're just so weak in the knees for a quarterback that we elevated this guy. So now we stuck with a little bit of everything. We got hurt players. We got a coach that can't practice humility. He hires an offensive coordinator that sits around and cleans the office. He don't make plays because Cal calls everything. Everything is I don't like my 49ers looking like garbage, and I like it even less when my co-friends or so far, my other the fans of the 49ers, I like it even less when we tried, even with a loss. It seemed like everybody's saying, if this would have happened, if that would have happened, if I'd have hit the lottery last week, I'd have been rich. If I was a little lighter, I might have been light-skinned. You know what I mean? If I was 6 feet tall, then I played basketball. That's nothing, man. We look just like another caller said. We look like college students out there, man. And when Kyle called that play, when he put use check under that was on 4th and 1. Just play football. Sometimes simple brings you to a win. And saying that Kyle is this guru and his playbook is complicated, to me, is also saying that you're saying the players are dumb. And the players are not dumb. Kyle sometimes he calls the wrong play at the wrong time. And then, just like last week on your station, which you are a bad dude. I got to say that. You take a lot of stuff. You keep a smile on your face. So I got to give you your props and respect on that. So I'm going to just go ahead and cut it short because I know you had a long night. Yeah. We got to do 3 things. And the 3 things I said when we lost that Super Bowl. We got to get rid of Kyle Shanahan. I hear this argument. Who are we going to get next? If Kyle Shanahan had a piano drop on him, we had to get somebody, right? You know what I mean? And who we need next, we need somebody that's going to bring results. There's a lot of teams out there that don't have the same coach they had 5 years ago. You can take the Cardinals, for example, right?
Dallas Cowboys. Yeah.
Dallas Cowboys. They winning. So this is Jeff York. We can't do too much about it because Jeff York done already made that decision for us. So when callers, all I say is when callers call in, they say, hey, Kyle Shanahan is doing this, Kyle Shanahan's doing this. Hey, let's not sit there and throw the flag up and try to bail this dude out. He needs all the heat he can handle. This is his 5th year. He gave me one successful year. I want to see his hair gray. Because if we got to go down to 500 this week, if we got to go down 500, I'm going to get ready to go Rainbow. If we got to go down to 500 this season, he needs to be fired. Thank you, Romo. Anybody hit that chat, hit that like button. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Frank. That was insightful. I love the light skin. Frank, if you get a chance, we'll be back on Raw tomorrow. So there you go.
Yes,
I'll look
sir.
for you. All right.
Yes,
Night,
sir.
Frank. Oh, are you kidding me? It's Roberto!
What up, Ronbo?
Roberto, man, it's funny. Roberto, you always show up at these times when people are thinking about you. You must know we were thinking about you. Roberto, what's up?
Man, man, it was a good game, man.
Yeah, it could have been better. We should have been winning. But, Roberto, what else you want to say about that game? After hearing everybody else, I don't know what to think now.
Man, I'm kind of pissed. I'm kind of mad. About Josh Norman and McGlinchey. All day I heard McGlinchey. I'm like, God, I'm like, damn, it's his ass again. Like shit, like, oh my God. There's always been McGlinchey with the refs. I knew it because I saw the ref, right? I saw the ref. I was like, oh my God, I know what the ref is gonna say. Number 69, number 69. Oh, and then McGlinchey. Man, I'm like, yo, man, I'm like, damn. Here's the ass again. I'm like, man, can we trade him for for a 12 pack of beer? Or
Maybe
for a
a
draft
6.
pick?
Maybe a
Yeah,
6. Can't get 12.
Yeah, for like a draft pick.
Yeah.
So we can use that draft pick for a cornerback for next year. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, because Ambry Thomas, I don't know what's going on with him. They don't, we drafted Ambry Thomas last year, right, Roberto?
Yeah.
Ambry's, they scratch him each and every week. That tells me something.
Yeah.
Not good.
And then Josh Norman with the PIs, with another PI. I'm like, man. What are you doing? You're messing the game up.
He's
You're
getting
messing.
old.
Yeah,
He cannot.
yeah. He's just, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm like, man, you're messing our opportunity to win the game. You're messing up, and you're not letting us win the game.
He can't.
Oh my God.
Roberto, DeAndre Hopkins is too much for most people, especially guys that are out of just trying to get back into shape and 33 years old. I think he's 33.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
and then and then I'm pissed about about Dante Johnson. Like, come on, man. Dante Johnson. You put
Roberto,
Dante Johnson on that guy.
you
Man,
can't talk about him today, Roberto. He made a
Dante
play.
Johnson. Yeah, you know Dante Johnson is gonna get burned. And whoever you put him with, he's gonna get burned. I'm like, come on. Like, don't even play this guy no more. Get his ass at the damn team. Stand up to the damn Browns, or stand up to the damn Lions.
Roberto,
or
he's
stand
like
up to
permanent. He's like permanent. Roberto, we gotta go though, fam.
you know what?
Roberto,
Stand up
we gotta go.
Stand up to McDonald's, so he can work at McDonald's. And he ain't doing nothing. He ain't doing his work. And he don't deserve all that money we give him right now. I'm sick of him. Yeah. That's all I gotta do, man. And Ronbo, I know. Well, I called you last time, but you had me waiting for 3 hours. I'm like, you know what?
We need to cut.
You know what? I'm gonna just wait. I'm gonna just wait for another opportunity. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not having a good day because of the damn loss.
Yeah.
And because of the PI and Dante Johnson. So I'm like, you know what? I gotta calm down. I gotta talk to Ronbo And,
Right.
I love my boy Ronbo. I
Yeah.
miss him.
Thanks,
I
Rob.
on the show.
Thanks, Roberto.
Yeah.
Bro, I
Yeah.
appreciate you. We're gonna go though, and I'm gonna look for you. Just join you tomorrow, okay?
Well, no, well, I'm gonna try to do it tomorrow too.
Okay. All right.
All right, man. Much love, man, and go Niners, baby.
Thanks,
Peace out.
Roberto.
Bad
All right.
man, Niner game. And screw all you haters. And Sea Chickens, ooh, 2 and 3. Last place. Last place,
I
suckers.
know, we're tied
Peace
with him
out,
though.
man.
All right, Roberto.
Yeah, peace out.
Have a good
Peace
night,
out.
pal.
And I'm out.
All right. Roberto's he's still hilarious. All right, 541 Oregon. Hello.
Ronbo, what's going on, my man?
You know, just looking at another L. What is your name?
My name is D, man.
D. All right, like deep forward. D. Go ahead and let it all out, D. What was your recollection of this game, and how did you feel about it?
You know, I was at the game last week at Santa Clara, and Trey Sermon was going off, man.
Didn't he?
That
He looked good
first
last
half.
week. Yeah.
And why did it take 3.5 quarters for him to touch the ball?
He could have went on that 4th and 1, Kyle. I don't know what Kyle's thinking sometimes. I think he forgets who's on the team.
It's bizarre. And that's the reason I think Elijah Mitchell got hurt in the
First
Eagles
time?
game, because he ran them too much.
Yeah.
Why isn't there any rotation with the back?
I've always, he did that with. Remember when we had Mostert and TC? I don't know what his thinking is when he does that. He must have something in mind as to why he does what he does with his running backs. I don't know, D. I really don't get it.
And I don't understand why on first or second down, especially on first down, turn around and give the ball off to the running back and let him and keep us on schedule.
See what he can get. Yeah.
And take the pressure off of Lance.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't get it. It's bizarre, and then do the play action off of that. Roll them out and get.
That's how you're able to use play action. They have to respect the run, and if you're coming on a play action all the time, they don't know what's coming. And Trey's already showed he could do play action. He could turn his back to the defensive charge. I wish I knew what was going on in practice. There's something wrong between Kyle and Trey to some small degree, but I can't figure it out. He didn't want Trey throwing.
I can't figure. I just don't know why we don't use the weapons that we have. It's bizarre. It's getting to bizarre season, Ronbo. if Shanahan's this genius, why can't he scheme up? I see it all over the league. I seen Dallas scheme up a play for
CeeDee Lamb.
What was his Elliott today? He was wide open
when he was doing them high steps, running off into the end zone. Yeah, I saw that highlight.
I'm like, if Kyle is a genius, why aren't these players running wide open?
You know, I figured out Kyle's mindset though. He needs. Okay, Trey is in training. That's why Kyle won't even listen to starting him until Jimmy got hurt, right? So he wants you to fully grasp what he's doing and what he's talking about. So when he calls a play, he expects you to be able to execute. If he's nervous about it, Kyle is like, I don't want to call that play. I could see that about him. And I never realized that until today, actually. Because Trey, he likes Trey, but he doesn't trust Trey on very many things. You can tell. But I understand that to a small degree. Trey just got here.
It seems like he doesn't trust Jimmy either. That's the thing.
Maybe more so now, but it takes a long time. He does this year. It doesn't seem like he's holding back with Jimmy as much as he used to. But with Trey, you can see what everybody was saying about Jimmy and Child before. It's true. He has trust issues with his players. Yeah, it's true.
All right, Ronbo, I'm not going to hold you, but I'm a first-time caller, and I appreciate what you do, man.
Thanks,
Keep
D.
doing it, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate. I will
Keep
continue.
holding it down for us Snyder fans. It's rough out here.
I know, right? Nine Empires, all the lights went off and everybody went to bed. It's early. Get up. All right. Hey, D.
It's been hard, man. It was hard last week swallowing that loss, man. All
Especially
the
the
Seahawks
Hawks.
fans, they felt sorry for us, man.
Oh, man.
They felt sorry for us.
It's sad and
They wasn't
sorry.
even talking no smack.
I mean,
They wasn't even talking no smack.
I know they ain't got no right to. They got Russell Wilson up in. Now they said Russell Wilson, he could be making a miraculous recovery within 4 weeks. I said, shh, come on back then, 4 weeks. God.
We can't catch no breaks, man. And that pass to Debo, the long pass down the sideline, that guy was holding him for like 15 yards, and the ref was just like,
I was crying about that the whole time. I said, ref, what constitutes as a pass interference? He was hanging on to him way past the 5 yards. He took him all the way down the field. He's still all over him, even when the ball was thrown. And the ref ain't saying nothing. You know what? Some refs just don't belong in the NFL. If they don't have a standard for the referees, because, all of our referees will differ a little bit. Doesn't matter. Just make the calls that need to be made. God, that was PI all the way. It's too late.
Eric Armstead got held blatantly in the end zone. I'm just like, oh, man.
You can see the man's fist clenched holding on the jersey. And you see it with Nick all the time. They hate to call holding, whoever we're playing, they hate to call it on the offensive line. They hate it.
Him and his brother Joey, they don't like calling holding penalties. On them. Joey be getting held all the time. Last week he went off on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Nothing to be done about it because they're watching. People are complaining. They're not changing. The Super Bowl, best example of all time.
We can't blame the refs. We got to take advantage of.
You do.
Of the situations that we were down there a lot today. We were in the red zone. We were 9 for 9 in the red zone before today. And,
well, we used to, especially when we get the 1 yard line, we just run a basic quarterback sneak, and Jimmy would sneak in, or whoever, or Trey would run around the edges, But today,
I don't know why they didn't give. I don't know why we didn't do any power runs down in the red zone. Right? We did one power run, and we got like 10 yards off of it.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't go back to it. I don't know.
They'll be right up. Kyle will actually answer these questions because he's going to get asked, and he'll,
He don't answer. He like the sidestep. He like the sidestep.
You know what? You're right. We're not going to find out. It'll be in the transcript, but we won't. Yeah. Anyway.
He maybe Grant like to ask those questions, but they got that feud going on, so he's not gonna ask.
Yeah, and Kyle does not like Grant. I mean, he tries to humiliate him sometimes during the press conference when he can, but that's them.
All right, Ronbo.
All right, D. I'll look for you.
See you
if you got some time, we'll be back tomorrow night for Raw. Okay.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna soak this one out, go for the bye for a little bit, and.
All right. All right, D. I understand.
All right, man.
Talk to you later then.
All right.
Bye. And RG says our wide receivers have to work extra hard to catch Trey's balls. Yeah, I don't know. They've been together for a good while now. Because in the preseason, I understood, okay, he's got to adjust. The receivers got to get used to it. But we're in week 5. How long is it going to take for them to adjust to him? Oh, it's worrisome. Anyway, fam, are we done here? Fam, I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to go. I can't tell you how much I want to eat. Hungry. Hongry. Fam, have a great, it's going to be all right. I'll see you tomorrow night on Raw. Thanks for the contributions, fam. Always appreciated. And just have a wonderful night. Wait a minute. Let me see the box score. I just want to set something to laugh about. Did Did the Chiefs lose? I thought I saw them losing. Let me get ready for it. Yo! Is that game still on? They're not done yet. No, that's it. Delayed. Delayed because Patrick Mahomes is getting his butt beat 24-13. Hey, I forgot to tell Tony congratulations. They beat the Jets. Hey, Tony! I didn't look at the box score. I didn't know. Good. Bam, I'll see you tomorrow on Raw. Niners!